Like we always do it this time, I go for mine. I got to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky. Welcome everybody to a live edition of watching the Andor series today. We are going to have so much fun. I'm sick. It's your boy Darth Eternal here. We have some amazing. We have Meg the Hater back. Can we just like sit there and like simping glory? We got her back finally.
Yay!
Yay, Meg the
We
Hater's
do. I'm
back.
sorry about whatever lag I may be behind tonight. My computer's decided this is it.
This
This
is
is its
it.
last leg. So I hope I make it through the stream.
There you go. There you go. So just know she will be lagging a little bit, but that's not because of you guys. It's because she just wants to bring hate to the world and she doesn't want you guys to see her when she's talking on point and at the same time of the show or during stuff is going down. So you never know when she's going to speak. You never know what she's saying, and I'm dropping shit as I'm talking. But this is going to be one of those nights. This is one of those nights, one of those streams that we're just going to have some fun. What's up, Jasmine? How are you?
Good. Tired.
Good. Okay. I don't blame. Yeah. We're making it work here. What's going on, Em? Ooh, I could definitely.
I'm excited.
Ooh, can you tell the world why you're excited? I mean, the shirt doesn't say it, but you just have to explain why are you so excited.
You guys, I'm so excited for this show. I've been excited for this show. No one else has been for this show but me. So I'm hoping that it is amazing and that I'm not proven wrong because if you follow my Instagram, I've been hyping this shit up like crazy. I'm so excited.
Yes. And just so you guys know, everybody's oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Instagram handle, whatever platform there, it's in the description down below. Rob's Rules, what's going on? By the way, my man just hit 11K on YouTube. So much success your way and much glory. We do it for the glory. Congrats,
Save
my
the
brother.
dream.
Yeah, right. Save the. Oh, he meant to say stream. My man said dream. Save the.
No, it says like the stream, save the dream. I get it.
Oh,
it's
it does.
a Saw Gerrera pun. I love it.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize that. I did not. I thought he was just saying because majority of the time people will say like save the stream or whatever. I thought he. Yeah, I didn't read that part. As
no,
you can
it's
tell,
save the rebellion, save the dream.
Yeah, but if you see my eyes speak for themselves. Like they're so small. I feel like shit. So the Eternal Sin. I just got
Go
that
easy on him. He's sick.
Come on, Rob. Come on, chill on me tonight. Come on. No, I was just talking to Rob earlier. I don't know if you guys remember him. He's been on a couple of times. He's awesome guy. Like I said, he just hit 11,000, and he's grinding. I'm so proud of him. We talk about it. So, another New York / Jersey native. So it's nice to have
y'all East Coasters.
Yeah, it's not. Hey, listen, we don't have too many of them out here, so when we find each other, we gotta stick together.
I know, and you guys are the real troopers. It's way later for you than it is for us Cali folk.
I know.
Yeah.
So imagine,
you both
I
in
got.
California?
Yeah.
So two Cali, two East Coasters.
Yeah, right now we running the stream right now. East Coast right now, we divide it. You know what it is? We're gonna call this an East Coast, West Coast Star Wars beef day. So there you go. I'm so pumped up for this. The reviews are really good. They are. So far the reviews for this series have gone well. I mean, I've heard from a couple people the first 2 episodes are and then the last one kind of like hits. Meg, I think you're pretty excited for this show. And comment in the comment section who's excited for the Andor series. Those of you know who watch my stuff and know me, I'm not excited for this series at all. It's not something that I've really been like, oh, Andor, like I can't wait.
Can I tell
but
you
Meg, like, how do you?
Just real quick.
Kenny, what?
Yeah, Jazz,
can I
go
tell you
first.
something funny, real quick?
All right, can I make you big though? Can I like give you the floor or no?
Yeah.
Look at her. Wait. This was Jasmine. She's like,
didn't even wait.
Yeah, she's like, oh my god, like.
No. Anyway, so I had some friends in town a couple weeks ago, and the 3 of us and my partner were sitting at a table. We were talking about Andor, and my partner just looks at us and he's like, "What are you guys talking about? They're making a show off of the planet?" And then we just scream. We're like, "Andor, not Endor."
Wow, I'm dead. I'm dead. I just got that right now.
Why not teach you enough in the ways
Poor
of
thing.
they're two different things?
You got some work to
Wow.
do.
It's okay.
Yeah.
He's cute. He gets a pass. But oh my god, he's like Andor.
Listen, Jasmine, you got to reach people. You got to spread the word on the Andor series. That's it. You got to spread it. Not the Endor series, the Andor series. You got to spread the word. But Meg, I want to
I
get.
think that actually is a good point. So I'll elaborate on it. Andor, you say that to any Star Wars fan, and they're gonna be like, "What are you talking about?" Like a real casual one, maybe. Like
Yeah.
he's such an obscure character that we already know the end of his story, and so it was kind of an odd choice, I thought, when they announced it as a series. Like,
Mhm.
did we really want this? Like,
No.
do
No.
we need
stop
to know
hating.
more about? No, well, I'm.
No, not you,
I
Megan.
wasn't
No, he's hating. He's
hating.
hating. No, not you.
No,
He
right,
was hating.
for me.
No,
I
no.
was-
Rob was hating. He's
No,
like,
no,
Rob
you're
is
not.
hating.
No, you're not understanding, Jasmine. Meg is hating too, but subliminally. That's what you're not getting right now. But it's okay.
She's
Continue, Meg.
Like
hating
the
all
Continue.
usual level of hate.
Jasmine, you know what? Jasmine, you know what I'm gonna do? If you get out of line, this is what's gonna happen. Yeah. So
You're gonna
go
get it.
ahead. Yeah.
So it was an odd choice, and I was a little confused when it was one of the ones that they actually greenlit, with so many projects that they announced and then canceled or delayed or anything like that. This one actually got the budget that it did, the timeline that it did, and it was like, what? Who wanted this story? Did we really need to explore this time period anymore, and this
Yep.
rebellion versus empire
Yep.
anymore? Like, I feel like
Yep.
this has kind of been trod already and overdone, and it was a character that I was like, okay, wasn't that interesting. Like, it was
I'm
a
with
very
you.
confusing choice to me, but
Here we are. Here we are.
but here we are. So
2022.
I was ready to kind of dismiss it, and full disclosure, I have seen the first 3 episodes.
Wait,
and-
what? Are you? Yo, why are you here right now? Wait, what? You didn't tell me this even off the fucking stream. Whoa,
Yes, I did. I
You didn't
texted
tell
you.
me you saw.
I
You didn't-
did. I was like, believe it or not, I don't hate Andor. I
That's
was
what you
ready
said,
for
but you
this
didn't
to
tell
be
me-
the.
I remember getting that text from her, and I was like, "What? She approves?"
Yeah. So
Yeah, I got
so
that text, but I didn't know you actually saw it. Wow, thanks for fucking
yeah.
being
So I went
blunt
to a
about it.
screening at Disney a while ago, and I was like ready to just be bored out of my mind, or for it to be the usual kind of phone it in, lazy story. It wasn't. It's actually very well done, and I was like, oh my gosh, this might be the best Star Wars series they've done yet.
Wow, better than Boba Fett? No.
This is
Oh
what
my
I've been
gosh,
saying.
Boba Fett is the bottom of the garbage barrel.
Come on, we had Power Rangers in.
It is.
Wow, my voice just cracked. My voice just cracked so fucking bad. We had Power Rangers.
The moped gang, yeah, great. Can't
Come
top
on,
that.
Come on, we even had a 360 spin in that series. Like
Oh
my man
yeah,
was like that's a club scene right there. That's a whole club scene right there. Like,
the
come on.
world's slowest car chase.
Yo, what up, Star Wars fan? What's up, Para? See, I told you. So I guess from what you've seen, damn, I wish you would have told me like some spoilers shit
She
before
did
this.
tell you that she saw
I
it.
did. You did it. How
Jasmine,
would
you
I
weren't
said I
even
didn't
there.
hate
You
it
were
if I-
literally driving home. Shut
Because
up.
if she sent me the same exact text as you, that's her way of saying, without
No, she
bragging,
told me.
hey.
So
No.
this is a plot twist. This is a Ryan Johnson level subvert your expectations. Meg the hater does not hate Andor yet.
Wow.
They still have
Yes.
time. They will ruin it. It will fall off the cliff and get bad.
So what
eventually.
happens if they just keep it good the whole season?
I will be shocked.
Really?
I think
I
they're
guess
going
okay.
to.
So let me. You think they're going to? I mean,
It's
let
gonna
me
be
ask you,
good. I'm
since
telling
you-
you.
M believes.
I do. It's like, I mean, it just looks so freaking
I mean,
good. I don't know. It's
I-
like quality,
agree with-
budget, and
right. I think that's the biggest
the
key
reviews I was
is
posting.
what's going on. Omar does
Like-
YouTube. What's going on?
Well,
Um,
it was
all the
weird
stuff I
too,
was
'cause then
showing
the-
today on my Instagram.
What was it?
Yeah, I don't know what you were showing, but the trailer I thought was underwhelming even Do you remember
Mhm.
the trailers? And it was like,
Yeah,
what
I
Yeah.
didn't think
is
so.
this
It was
show?
like the
Like, what
quality
is
of the
this about?
trailer. I was like, this looks like a movie, but the quality was like, this is a movie. This isn't a show. And then when I saw that they had like the 150 million versus Kenobi having a 90 million budget, I was like, okay, this is for a
Well,
reason. It's going to be good. And then when the
right,
reviews came
right.
in today, and people were saying that this is like HBO Max, like dark Star Wars level, like this is a new take. And now there's a rumor that Tony, the director, he's going to get a deal with Lucasfilm to maybe do a movie in the future. And that's before the episodes even dropped today. So I'm like, okay, they must think they have something good and that they're going to like keep it going.
Well, they dropped that they're going to be coming out, where they're going to start filming season 2 in November, and it comes out in 2024. So
Yeah.
I'm with you. I definitely agree that I personally think the series is going to do well. I'm not saying that I don't think it's going to do bad. I think it's going to do actually really good because, again, going back to what you said, the budget, that is the biggest thing out of all the shows that we've seen. This one had the highest budget. They actually used like locations as opposed to like that panoramic scene that they used
but that was all the director though. That wasn't even Disney. Like the director was like, if I'm gonna do it, like these are my demands.
Yeah.
He was the one that said, we're doing live
Yeah.
action. This is my budget.
Right.
And I think they're looking at him like,
yeah,
okay, maybe you can take us in the direction we need to go.
Right.
So,
and I think that I honestly, I'll be honest. I think if season 1 goes really well, which I think it will, I think he might even have, like you said, I think he might get signed on for other things, like not even just a movie. He might do other series as well. They might just use them and utilize them because right now, we know that in that time, and I'm so sorry, guys, if you hear me wheezing, I'm so sorry. I could barely breathe. So I'm like, I know, I'm so bad. No, but I mean, if you think about it, right, we know that at D23 we got no movie released. So who's to say that if Andor season 1 goes so well, they might use Tony, I think his name is Tony Gilroy or Gilmore.
Tony Gilroy.
Yeah.
So I actually talked to him at the screening.
Okay. You know what? I know you're
She's
lagged,
just like
but,
subtly like saying all of this, and I'm just like,
sorry, let me just drop this on you.
Well, because that's the thing.
Big reveal.
Meg is like the plug that a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
Like Meg is the plug. Like she's the plug. But anyway, go ahead, Meg.
Well, to M's point, you did watch the trailer and it looks high budget. It looks different. It looks movie quality. To me, I was still suspicious because to me it's all about the story. You're going to keep my interest? Are you going to tell me an engaging story? Is it going to be something that I want to follow? Am I going to relate to this character and what they're going through? Am I going to care about them and want to see the story play out? So to me, it's about the writing, not about how it looks. This actually has both. So the cast and Tony were at the screening I went to, so I got to talk to all of them. And one thing they talked about was being on a real set, like a real massive set with all the details, like every little thing is there. It's just built in. It's so immersive that as an actor, it really helps you ground yourself in the character and in the place and in the scene. And it comes across so much when you watch these scenes, like the world feels lived in. It feels like old. It feels like everybody knows exactly where they usually go and what they usually do and how all these things work and everything. Like it just feels like a real place and all the characters feel real in it. It's a very different and obvious setting than what you see in Boba Fett and Obi-Wan. Like you can tell the difference when you watch this. And the other huge difference that Tony talked about was that he was very deliberate with the scripts. He knew exactly what he wanted to happen in each episode. He had it all written out. He had everything planned very specifically, deliberately. Everything mattered and was very efficient, and that they shot every scene that he wrote, and only one scene did they shoot that ended up on the cutting room floor. Otherwise, everything was very specific and deliberate. And that is something we're not getting a lot from Disney shows or movies lately. If you've heard the story of what happened on Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, they were writing it as they went.
Yeah.
It's all just haphazard now. It's craziness. They have no plan, and to me the writing is the most
To the
important
comic
thing.
books. To the comic books.
The
Just use
source material.
Yeah, right. There you go.
But
Exactly.
that makes so much sense though as to why they might be looking at him to direct a movie in the future, because it's like Lucasfilm is like, oh my god, it's almost like having a plan is how we should do movies, guys. Like,
imagine that.
I know.
Yeah, they're
it's like,
scrambling on everything else.
Wow.
And here
It's
comes
almost
this guy
live
who
sets
like
let actors do better.
yeah, and you can tell the difference when you watch this. You'll see his writing. And one thing that I really like, and I mean, I'll just do my whole what I love about it rant before we get in there so that you notice it while you're watching with no spoilers. But he trusts the audience. So one of the things that I complained about a lot in a lot of the previous Star Wars shows is that there's just a lot of lazy exposition. Characters will tell each other things that they should already know, or will just say out loud what is happening, or tell each other their character traits. And you're like, oh, so it takes me out of the story because it feels so unnatural. Whereas as soon as we start watching this show, you'll see that everybody just kind of has conversations with each other immediately, as if this is what they do on a daily basis, and they've known each other forever, and they're not recapping their history in a really lazy way for the audience. The audience just has to go, okay, these two must know each other. They must feel this way about each other, which I'm picking up by the way that they're talking to each other and looking at each other and their body language. But it's not being spoon-fed to you. Tony trusts the audience to kind of pick up on what's going on. And in fact, there's an entire flashback sequence that takes place in another language with no subtitles. And so you just have to put two and two together. You have to pay attention and figure out what's happening. And that makes it way more engaging to watch, because you're actually like, okay, who is this person? What's their motivation? What's their relationship to this other person? What are they really after? Because I can tell what he's saying is a cover for something else. And it's so clever and immersive. It makes you feel like this is a real world, and these people really know each other and really do these things and really have motivations that they keep to themselves. And I want to figure out what it is. So it keeps your interest.
You go,
and
Meg.
that is the style of writing that I enjoy. So I was like, okay. I told Tony to his face too. I was like, thank you for not being a lazy Star Wars writer that cuts corners and spoon feeds exposition to the audience, and trusting the audience to figure out what's going on and creating the world building and immersiveness that makes this feel like a sci-fi show and not a Star Wars show. And he was like, oh, thank you. He goes, well, if you liked it so far, it only gets better.
There we go. I like
I
So I was like, we'll see.
I love that.
I'll tell you what, these first 3 episodes, it relies on the characters. It relies on their stories. There is no fan service. You don't see a single stormtrooper. You don't see a single X-Wing, TIE fighter, Imperial officer, nothing.
Hey,
it is its own world, and it builds itself.
Question: do we get a flashback in this?
Yes.
Okay, I figured. I know which one it is too. Okay, because it's the one that we saw in the trailer, right?
I honestly can't even remember the trailer.
Okay, I don't want to spoil it, but I know which one you're talking about. I'm not gonna. We don't even need Megan Thee Stallion. We have Megan the Appreciator, because she's appreciating the Endor series.
I can't believe it. Like,
look at that.
And the antagonist that they set up in these first 3, they build his story in such a compelling way that you almost want to root for him. It's very much like I don't know if you read the books, like a Sherlock and Moriarty kind of thing, where both characters are very motivated and have a personal vendetta against each other for very good reasons. And they're kind of the foil of each other's character style. It's very interesting, and it's very well established. Nobody's just evil because they're evil, or, there's no like lazy motivations. Everybody feels like they're actually building and growing. And even Cassian isn't this Mary Sue character that's just great at everything. Like he actually messes up a lot and has to be taught by somebody who knows better than him. Like, it's so refreshing.
I'm so excited. Oh my god, I'm even more excited now.
Yay! See, your instinct was correct.
Mhm.
And the great thing is, like I said, there's nothing recognizable. He doesn't shove in your face, oh, remember this type of droid? Remember this type of ship? Remember stormtroopers? Remember
Right, he's like went on
lightsabers?
the whole spiel about that. He's like, there will be no fan service in this show.
I hadn't
like,
read
yes.
anything. I didn't even know that. I just was
Yeah,
watching it and I realized, oh my gosh, they haven't done any goofy
Mhm.
fan service stuff. The
Mhm.
droids look like droids that would exist in the same universe as the ones we know. The ships look like ships that would exist in the same universe as the one we know, but they're not ones that I could name. It's really well done, and everything feels so tangible and weathered. And I mean, it's the difference of watching actors act on a real set is amazing. And I know how these shows go. I might have told this story before, but I was on WandaVision and we were working on a real set and we filmed the scene a couple times that way. And the director kept not liking it and saying, put up a green screen panel here. Okay, film it again. Put up a green screen panel over there too. And by the time we shot that scene for the last time, the entire set was hidden behind green screen panels. It's mind-boggling the way they just do not want to utilize real tangible sets anymore. Everything is this green screen, or in Star Wars that whatever they call it, the panorama, the LED
The volume.
panorama screen. Yeah.
Panoramic.
And you don't get the same feeling.
No, and I think that's what's lost in, like, you know, in movies overall. I guess with Star Wars, I mean, I don't know if they use that for like the Avengers, and I don't know if that's what they use, but I mean, yeah, for sure with Star Wars, they're taking the cheap route.
They built a whole set in on Pinewood Studios and Pinewood Studios.
Well, that's the beauty. Well, you know what's funny? I feel like it's funny because you would think by now we'd still be using sets and locations, right? And it's funny because now the upcoming shows that are, you know, are that they're filming, like the Skeleton Crew, the Acolyte, are using locations. Like they're in Berkshire, they're using actual, like, they're not using the panoramic screen. So I feel like honestly, real talk, like if it's gonna have an actual set, I feel like it's gonna succeed. Honestly, I really do, because I just feel like we've gotten, you know, this panoramic, you know, the way they do it with the panoramic, and it just doesn't. It just looks really bad. It looks not bad, but like we've seen better fan films that look better than freaking Kenobi. Like really. And that's why I feel like they need to go that route. And if they have to spend a little money, spend a little money. You guys, you'll get it back. You'll get it back in revenue.
The set helps. But it's the story. Like tell me a compelling story. Show me characters that care about each other. Like take risks. Somebody dies in the first 3 episodes. I won't tell you who, but like somebody that they kind of spent a lot of time showing us what this person cares about.
No spoilers.
No.
But I was like, that was a bold move.
That's actually really good, and that's a good thing to set already in the beginning, because that's the problem with Star Wars a lot. It'll take them a while to kill somebody off. That really,
there's like no stakes.
They don't take any risks ever.
No.
Not even with making the show. I mean, Kenobi is what, like, Andor is what Kenobi should have been.
Yeah.
Budget, set wise, everything. And it's what I've been saying, where I feel like Andor is setting the tone, because it's like now, like you said, Rob, all the new shows are using live sets. Like I'm telling you, it's going to change what is happening with Star Wars after this. I really think so.
And it's funny because it's like you would think, like, it feels like we're kind of, it's like you would think we're moving like forward, but like we're going backwards, because forward would have been like, it just doesn't even make sense. Like why we would even, you know what it is? I think they realized how bad the whole panoramic, like I agree with you, Megan, story definitely, but I'm just saying setting wise, I think that you know, the whole panoramic screen just didn't do well for them. They realized that it looked cheesy.
I
It
don't
looked like
think
shit.
that they had time to realize that and make a change on this because they were shooting all these things at the same time. So it's not like they
Right.
said, "Oh, this looks bad. You guys film on a real set because it'll be better." You know what I think it is? This is my theory. Because this one was so far away, this one was off in England. This isn't one that shot in Georgia and Los Angeles. That Kathleen Kennedy just wasn't paying attention to it. I think she kept her grubby mitts off of it and let the creative team do what they wanted to do.
I'll tell
And
you
she
one
didn't
thing.
interfere, and they
Then-
managed to make something good.
Then you know what? Then the show that I really am excited for is in good hands. Then because the Acolyte is gonna be filmed in Berkshire. What is it, in London? So or wherever Scotland, wherever the hell that is. So we're good. That means that, guys, be prepared because the Acolyte is gonna be freaking great. Okay, I have hopes now. I have.
Well,
hopes.
I think it's
we don't
these
know the
dark
story
horse
yet, though.
shows.
We don't
Visuals
what?
could be great. Story could suck.
Thank you,
I
Em.
mean, no. I don't disagree. I agree. I think story. I just think that overall,
We're
I think that
we're getting
Acolyte-
hyped too soon, Rob.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
well, look, listen. Everybody got hyped with Andor. Overall, look. I couldn't get hyped over Andor because it was a character that I kind of already knew. The reason why I get so hyped about the Acolyte is because it's a story that we don't know, and I think we need that. And Meg, we spoke about that before we hopped on. Star Wars needs to go around and touch on an era that we don't know about, because that's
Yeah.
their problem. They can't get away from this Skywalker saga. They really can't shy away from. Everything has to be in this timeline, and it's like they need to dive into something. And that's why, like, I'll be honest with you, like, that's why I'm so happy for the Acolyte, because it's the first thing that we're gonna get that is away from the Skywalker saga. And that's the beauty of it. Like, again, I don't know what the writing is. I don't know what it's gonna entail. I mean, I know the character, his name is Aura. We know that it's gonna talk about possibly Night Sisters. You know, it's gonna talk about, you know, the Acolytes, right? What before having an apprentice, that's what they were called. They were called the Acolytes. So that's the beauty of it. And I want to learn about that, because I mean, I know about it in like the books, and I know about it in like in reading like things online, but I would love to see that play into action, because not a lot of people know before that Sith had apprentices, they were called Acolytes. So that's what I love about
no
it.
guarantee that they're gonna follow anything that we were familiar with, even if you do know the comic book version or the novel version of what an Acolyte is. They may make that into something completely different and go their own way.
Yeah, they could
They
change
might.
it.
Yeah,
Or
no,
they
for
could
sure.
pull a
For
Disney
sure.
where they can't stay a villain. They have to have their whole redemption arc at the end.
Oh yeah,
Like-
you know
like,
they
I
will.
want, if
That's
they're gonna do a Sith
so
show, I want it to
formulaic.
just be a Sith show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
Nothing else. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too hyped on that because I'm worried that it could be bad. I don't know.
Well, that's that. Well, then that's the other $1 million. That's the other $1 million question. And me and Darth Hater Dupree did a video one time. We did a collab on, you know, will Star Wars ever go dark, and can it be successful? And to be honest, I pray that this one is, but I don't really know if they can. I don't know, because I mean, we've seen it with Vader. They can't even succeed with that for so long.
They
You know,
won't for a
they're
long
scared to-
period of time. You might get a movie, you might
Yeah.
get a trilogy, but I don't think they're going to give us like a full era of content, a full phase of dark content,
Right.
which is what we want. But I don't
Right.
think they're I'd love for them to be. I think they made so much freaking money on the product that they were like, this is what we got to do, because they don't have anything else. I think then we could get it, but
I think you're cutting in. You're cutting out. I don't know if it's just me. Is she-
Okay, good. I thought it was
Yeah,
just me.
a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, you're cutting out a little
wait,
bit. I think that I was saying that I think overall, just I think with Star Wars, just going the Sith route, which we're all saying here, is just hard for them. It's hard, and even like again, just overall, we've seen it. Like even with the Kylo Ren, like it just wasn't. It wasn't that good. Even with Snoke, it just they couldn't really succeed on it. And I think that they need to focus on. They need to see how they can, because we've seen so many redemption arcs. We've seen the Jedi prevail so much. I think they need to go the route of really sitting down and seeing how they can go dark without messing up, I guess, the flow of Disney, because they don't want to go that dark route, right? Because
Well,
of
the
the
thing
House
is,
of
they
Maul.
had such a good reason to when they introduced the Mandalorian, because especially because he was going to be a bounty hunter also, that a long time ago they were going to do like either a show or a video game called, what was it, like Level 13 or something, and it was about
Oh yeah,
the
level 13, 13
underworld and the kind of the gang life and the bounty hunter life, and like just
Oh yes,
the
on
really
Coruscant.
dark,
It was
yeah,
supposed to be called 1313. Yes, yes.
something like that, yeah. And I always thought, like, when they said we're going to do a Mandalorian show and he's going to be a bounty hunter, I'm like, oh, okay, great, we're going to get into like the criminal underworld of Star
Yeah.
Wars, and he's going to be hunting down like these really terrible people, and he's just going to be ruthless, this like Mandalorian bounty hunter, and this is great. We're going to see like this really seedy dark side, and he's going to go to all these like places and fight people, and it's going to be, and then we got a, you know, adventures in babysitting in space. And then I thought, okay, Boba Fett, this dude is bad. Like, this is the dude that even Vader is like, you need to settle down. And it, like, we know, like, they could really go dark with him. And he's definitely a bounty hunter. He's definitely gonna, and what's his show about? He's gonna be the crime boss on Tatooine. Oh yeah, this could be heavy. This could be dark. He could be up to some real bad stuff. And then what do we get? I don't even know. I don't even know how to describe that show. But it was not dark and gritty.
I felt like it was Fennec babysitting him.
It was Fennec babysitting old Grandpa Boba. It like,
yeah, I
The
mean, we got to see him
Babysitters
in a
Club.
diaper. I mean, he was in a
He was
diaper
in a
when he came out of the back of the tank. Remember?
I think the one taste that we got that was almost like, oh my gosh, this is what it should have been, was in the one episode of Boba Fett that wasn't about Boba Fett, but began with Mando actually doing a bounty hunting job and cutting that guy's head off. And like that, where was that show? Where was that show this whole time?
But you want to know something that's so funny? I keep, you know, I when that happened, right? I don't know if we spoke about it here. I know I spoke about it with somebody, but it's funny because a lot of people complained about the Mandalorian and how it was boring, and a lot of the episodes were filler. And the moment we get Mando in Mando. Yeah, when we get Mando and Boba, everybody's like, "Oh my god, we need more Mando."
Thank goodness.
Yeah, thank God. No, but it was like, but you guys
That's because Boba was so bad.
Yeah, but everybody was complaining literally not too long ago how Mando was so boring, so bad, and like literally like there was only a few good episodes, and a majority were all filler. So I'm like, yo, we gotta pick and choose. Like we're being like too picky. Like now, like we're being too picky, and it's like it's nice, but like I don't even think Mando should have happened. Because to see that, I mean, it just shows you all the more. Boba, you know what it is? I was talking to Dupree about this, and then Em, I know you wanted to chime in. I'll say this: Boba should have not had his own show. He's a good cameo character. He's a good, like, you know, like what's the
mysterious
word?
side
character,
tertiary character. Yeah.
And that's the
less
thing.
We know, the better.
Right, and that's what makes that's what made the original Boba Fett, right? Jeremy Bullock's Boba Fett so interesting, is that we didn't know much about him, and that was okay. You had a taste, but you didn't have too much. Now that you have so much, you're kind of like, damn, this dude is boring. Like he's just
kind of lame.
And, yeah, like really, like damn, like I'd rather see more. No, I'd rather see more freaking Reva than him at this point. But yeah, I mean, overall, I just think that with the side characters, they need to stop giving them their own shows. I'll say that.
Well, the thing is, if they gave them their own shows and then wrote them an amazing storyline that they followed,
right. I was going to say he could get a show. It just wasn't written well.
Yeah. I would not mind seeing a Boba, because Boba Fett had some amazing novels too. Some amazing stories where he was just the badass, outsmarting, 10 steps ahead of everyone, had all these crazy gadgets and tools and secret plans, and his rivalry with Bosk. There was all this stuff they could have dipped into and told us something like crazy, and they just didn't.
I mean, I just think that personally, I think that when the reason why I say I don't think they should do these like side characters is because I don't think they know how to do them yet. I don't think they've even read like the novels. I don't think they've read anything on the character, and it shows. They don't really know much, and I think that that's why, like, whenever, like, okay, we get us like Cassian Andor, if it succeeds, fine, it's looking great, good, because it's a character that they created, fine. You know, they have nothing there. But when you're touching now George Lucas's characters, and we talked about this, Meg, before we hopped on, you know, like overall, like how it's okay to have side characters, you know, as like shows, not really movies and all that. It just is better that way. But I think that with Star Wars, you have to be very, very picky. You have to like really do your homework, and we can tell that they don't, and that's the biggest problem with Star Wars with
It's
Lucasfilm
just
overall.
disappointing that, you know, they've come a long way since 1977. They've come a long way with CGI and green
Mhm.
screens and using all that fun stuff, but now they're becoming too reliant on it. And now
Yeah.
they have the resources to talk to so many different authors, comic creators, everyone, but they just don't use them. So some resources are using too much of, and others they're not using enough of. There's so many
Right.
books and comics, even if they don't want to do it page by page exact, they can still pull elements from the stories. They could still pull, like, you know, certain plots or certain events that happen. They could put a twist on it if they want, but they just have so much that they don't use. But then again, at the same time, they use too much of other things. And I think that's where it's just kind of getting disappointing nowadays. I love that we have enough content that we can, you know, pick and choose what we like, but at the same time, it sucks that it's not better, even though they have the resources to do better.
Right.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
and that's the beauty of it. Like kind of like what you were saying, Jasmine. I love that now we have that, right? We have that flexibility of going to Disney Plus, going to the Star Wars section, and having multiple shows to watch. That's the beauty of it, because we never had that before, right? Like all we had was the Clone Wars, and that was it, and Force of Destiny,
Yeah.
or the Resistance, and whatever the show. I never watched it, but
Yeah, but the
that-
Clone
that-
Wars was good.
Oh no, I'm not saying I'm not talking about what was good or bad. I'm just saying you had options overall, which was the beauty
Right.
of it.
But it's like
that's
the options we have now are like kind of bad.
Oh,
Just,
yeah,
like, bad
for
options.
for sure. But at least you have those options as opposed to before. You know, people who back in the day had no options. All they had was the
Yeah.
movies. You know, so you have that. You have
And
that.
really good books.
That's true. Yes, the
Yeah.
books. What's going on, Dupree?
So they could
Feels
have
good,
pulled from
kids.
those books, but
Yeah,
they're
they coulda.
choosing not to.
It's right there.
So
What'd you
many
say, Matt?
books.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Oh,
but-
yeah.
Well, you guys would know because you guys, you know, again, have the Sexy Wookiee Squadron where you guys did all that. You guys read
Feel
the
like
book.
you guys read.
Yeah, you
We
guys
read.
read. Y'all read. Like I said, I don't read the script. The script reads me, so I'm good. But no, I mean it's cool. I mean, I think the books overall, that's the beauty of them, especially like the older books. I think are dope. I mean, well, I think we have. Well, Andor should be coming out pretty soon because. Time out, didn't it come out like last when Kenobi was coming out? It was coming out.
10
Like, I
minutes
think that-
before.
Drop a
Everybody
little
make
early.
a wish. It's 11:38. Well, over here on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 11:11, bro. Make a wish, not 11:38.
Rob, you want exclusive details about season 2 of Andor?
If I want,
Yeah, you can.
I want
you
it.
can spell it on your channel. I know Em wants it. Straight from Tony. I know the timeline
oh, go ahead. Yeah, go
that
ahead.
the
Go
script
ahead.
is gonna follow.
Oh,
So
yeah, go for
after season 1, when they come back at the beginning of season 2, it's gonna be a 1-year gap.
Okay.
Season 1 starts 5 years before Rogue One. And then when they come back, they're going to do batches of 3 episodes. Every 3 episodes will be taking place at the same time, and then it'll be another year gap in between that and the next 3 episodes.
Wow.
So
I wanna
it'll
see
go
how that's
3,
gonna go.
3, 3 until it skips the rest of the 4 years, and it'll line up at the very end with the beginning of Rogue One.
Wow.
Oh,
So
that's
now that makes
clever.
sense
Said
to
that
me.
actually
not-
already.
Now that makes sense to me. Oh, my bad, Em. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say he had said that actually about his
Did he?
plan
Oh,
like
yeah.
early on, like the time gaps, and I saw people that didn't like that, and I was like, I think it makes sense to do it that
Yeah.
way.
Well, you have to do it anyway because even Diego
Yeah.
Luna said it. This show is
Mhm.
going to be the show that leads up into
Yeah.
Rogue
You got to
Rogue
cover
One.
that time.
So you
Mhm.
right. That's the purpose they brought this, was to cover that timeline. So it does make sense. So I mean, those of I mean, the people that are out there that are saying they don't like it, that's too bad because guess what? It's going to happen anyway. So
Yeah,
that's
they're
it.
the
There's-
same
there's
people
really-
that liked Kenobi, so
Oh,
Yeah.
so
So
people
they're
with no
relevant.
taste.
yeah, there you go. No, but overall, it's cool, and it makes sense now why they're filming like literally in November, because you figure if you're gonna do how many? Did he tell you how many episodes? I'm assuming it's gonna be the same as this.
12,
mhm.
I think.
So you figure if it's gonna be 12 episodes, and it's going to be 3 episodes. It's going to be like kind of like a time jump.
Yeah, so
You
it's
figure-
season 1, skip a year. First 3 episodes of season 2, skip a year.
Skip a year.
Episodes
3.
4 through 7, skip a year. Episodes 8 through
Oh yeah,
10,
they're
skip
gonna
a year.
need to film. They're gonna need a bunch of time to film that because that's gonna be a lot. That's gonna be different time periods, different. You're gonna need different sets. Yeah, that's gonna need a long time. So I could understand why they're doing it now.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can
sure they're
understand
building
that.
sets right now.
Hey, I mean they
Oh,
Or
already
they've
said
been
it.
building sets
Right,
pre-production.
Right. I mean, they just came out. I just saw today, which I'm gonna do a video on. I mean, they were so I'll let you guys here know too. They already have some stuff that already came out on the Ghost. What is it? The Skeleton Crew.
Oh, Skeleton Crew, yeah.
Yeah, Skeleton Crew and what's the other one? The Acolyte. They already have like more pictures of the sets that are released already. So they're moving. Like
They're
that's
on
what
it.
they're on. Well, you have to remember they have to be because again, COVID. You know, we're backed up. We're very backed up. We're very delayed. Star Wars is very very delayed. So they need to catch up. I know Star Wars delayed.
Your favorite.
I know. We have to play catch up right now. So that's why they're on their money. And that's probably why, to be honest with you, I'm assuming that's probably why they're not even focused on the movies because there's so much at hand that needs to be done and dealt with that if they're gonna look, if Andor ends up being a success, and anybody could comment on this in the comment section, and you guys as well. If Andor succeeds, right, and it looks as good as you said, Meg, and others are talking about, then if they start doing all these other series the same way, you know, production wise, they don't really need to do a movie for a little bit, and I think that's fine as long as it looks to par. It looks to par. No, I mean, look, do I want a movie? Yes, but again, the movies weren't. We know we're getting movies in 2025 already, and 2020. I'm not really worried about that. That's what they're saying. So unless it's delayed again,
It will be delayed.
It will be delayed.
It will be delayed.
at that point, right now, I just want to see what they're gonna do. If they can succeed with these productions and with these shows and how good they look and having a good story behind it or a good plot, shall I say? So we'll
I
see.
agree.
You know.
And Top Gun Maverick already stole the plot of the first X-Wing novel. Jasmine can
It
attest
really
to this. So they had to
They
rethink
did
that whole
so
Rogue
well.
Squadron
Wait.
movie.
Speaking of, like Meg, like what do you think about possibly no more Rogue Squadron?
Oh, that's right. You must be pissed.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah.
It was the one thing that I was excited about because to me it would be like Top Gun Star Wars style.
Yeah, me too. I was
it
like
was
hoping
done
for that,
right.
and then
But the way everything's going, I'm like, thank goodness they won't ruin it because I don't trust them. I do not trust anything that they're announcing now. Like I was dreading Obi-Wan. He's my favorite character. And look what they did. Look what they did to my look how they
Yes.
massacred my boy. Like
Yes.
if
That was
they
literally
announced
me.
something,
I was like screaming on the floor.
oh, so frustrating. So now if they
Mhm.
announce something that I am excited about, it's the worst because I know, oh, that thing that I love, that's what they're gonna ruin next. Great.
well,
I
you
think
got to
that's
be happy
why-
because like Patty Jenkins, like she messed up really early on Wonder Woman, so it was like, nope, we're
Yeah.
taking the movie away.
Yeah, thank goodness they saw the signs early on and they were like, oh no.
I'm just worried about. I'm thinking about Taika Waititi's movie because look what he did with Thor: Love and Thunder.
I do not trust that man as far as I could throw him. He's the one who said, I will ruin your mythos in an instant, baby. He does not care. He wants to get in there and take your little action figures and then smash them together. He's another Ryan Johnson that just wants to like do his own thing and then laugh at you when you get mad about it. Like I can't stand Taika.
Yeah. I mean, listen, so I guess, Meg, if you had to choose who would get the next Star Wars trilogy or film, who would you give it to? Director-wise.
Oh my gosh.
Tony Gilroy.
You know, so far, I like his style. I like his attitude and his organization towards things as the showrunner for this and the writer. So if they do decide to keep him on for bigger projects, then I trust him. I also threatened him to his face, so that helps.
Wow.
What'd
to
you
know.
say?
I told him, I was like,
I'll hit you in the head
don't
with a
screw
whiskey
this up. I
bottle.
was like, so far you have not been a lazy, stupid Star Wars writer that's making all these dumb mistakes that the other ones have. I was like, don't let me down. And he said, don't worry, it gets better.
Did you tell him to
Yeah,
steal his
literally,
M&Ms?
it gets better. As in, you're not gonna like it at first, but it'll get better. Don't worry.
No, because I told him I liked it so far, but I was like, do not fall into these lazy writer traps that everyone else is. And he said, don't worry, it just gets better.
I think they already. I mean, he already has the plot. I'm sure for season 2 already. They already know
That's
what
the
they're doing.
thing. He's intentional. It's not just this like haphazard, like, oh, you know, and then this person will be in a scene and this person will be in a scene and then we'll have a really horribly choreographed action scene. I will say the one thing I cannot stand is this shaky cam. This daggum shaky cam that's in everything. It's because I think they just don't know how to film action scenes, so they cover it up by making it so you can't focus on anything. But then it's even like just in scenes where somebody's just going somewhere or talking to someone and the camera's just like it's shaking around back and forth. Like, dude, hold still. You can afford a steady cam, please. Makes me crazy.
Tell him. You tell him. There we go. That's the Megan the hater I wanted to see. She's back. She's hating at will.
I'm Megan, and I hate Star Wars. Thank you.
There you go.
I love Star Wars so much, I hate it.
And I drink whiskey.
Right?
And I
That
drink
should be your
whiskey. There
badge.
you go. And
I drink whiskey and I hate
There you
bad
go.
Star Wars. That's what I'm here for.
Oh, you're
There you
drinking
go.
right now, Meg?
All the
Hell
time.
yeah.
You drinking that jet juice?
There you
Some
go.
Jawa juice.
Where's
It's
the
my
peanuts?
Valentine's twist.
Where the
Nice.
peanuts? Where the peanuts at? Gotta get the peanuts with it too. That's funny.
That's right. Get my snack.
Oh my gosh.
But that's what
so
you got to
funny.
understand is I love Star Wars and I know what good Star Wars is and that's why it pisses
Back
me
in-
off and that's why I
back
hate
in my day,
on all
we-
these stuff.
Back in my day, we didn't have
this.
this bullshit on, Rob.
That's right. You know
We
what's
didn't have
up.
this-
But like
Back
they've
in my
got
day,
the
we didn't have all the
budget.
Star Wars to hate.
They've got
just had books. We
access
just had
to the
books.
talent. They've got access to all the resources that you could possibly need to make something great, and they just don't. They just phone it in and give us these like lazy filler side quest of a video game storylines, and it's like you don't have to do that. You
Go,
have everything you need
go.
to make something amazing for Star Wars. You've
Go,
got
Megan.
Star Wars.
It's your
You've got a
birthday,
built-in
and you gonna
fan
really
base.
feel it like it is your birthday. Yeah.
And what do? You give us this garbage, and then you tell us that if we don't like it, that we're, you know, toxic. Just make something good. You can. I'm not gonna like it. I'm not gonna like trash that you put out just because it says
Oh,
Star
that's
Wars on
it.
it.
She said the key word. She's not gonna like it. That's it. She said it. I'm not gonna like it.
But I will give it a chance. Like I'm not gonna refuse. I'm not gonna
Alright.
completely check out. I'll watch it, and if it's good, I'll acknowledge it. Like I'm doing with Andor. I did not expect to like this, but because it's good, I will admit it. But I'm not gonna pretend to like something that you phoned in.
Isn't
you know,
it funny
on a bad
that
set with a
all the
bad
ca-
script?
Isn't it funny that all the shows with the new characters that aren't a part of the movies have like the best story? Well, you know, Andor technically, you know, is his own. He's in Rogue One, but still, he's like a nobody, nothing character. He's not original trilogy, not prequel, sequel. Same thing with Mando. All those characters have like the best shows versus like everybody who's established has like some of the most questionable shows right now.
Yeah,
Or
Kenobi,
they've
which should have
just
been
been
the
handled
best show.
Well, I wonder if it's because they think that's all they need. They need the name of this character that everybody knows and loves, and then the rest they can just whatever, who cares?
Yeah.
But then you take these obscure characters and it's like, oh, you know, give it to some artsy person, we won't even pay attention, and then they actually will spend the time writing a story because they don't have this name recognized character like Obi-Wan that they can just say, look, it's an Obi-Wan show, everyone's going to watch it. They've actually got to build something worth watching. They can't get lazy.
No, they can't. You better not let them, Meg. Don't you dare let them get lazy.
Mhm.
I won't allow it. No, that's why I'm here patrolling.
Not up in here.
Don't invite me to do a premiere. I'll say so.
That's why I don't
I'll
get
call him
invited
out to
anymore.
their face.
Shit. I'll hate on this shit. I'll
I
hate on it
will.
all.
That's my problem. Is I can't be quiet. I'll yell out loud in the theater,
Shit, get
in
me
the
some
stinking
whiskey and I'll
premiere,
leave-
sitting next
I'll
to the
fucking
filmmaker,
yell.
and I'm like, "We're
guys,
taking
it's
this."
up.
Oh, shoot.
It's up. Sorry,
is?
not to interrupt. It's up.
Oh, it's up
Oh.
already?
At least someone was paying attention. Thanks, Jazz.
That makes one of us, yeah, for real.
Now we all have to remember to go like a half second or two before Rob.
Before
But
Rob.
he'll
Or-
still end 5 minutes ahead of us.
Why
not
you
fair,
just
I'm
say it was
lagging.
Dupree? Now it's me? What the fuck?
I never said it was Dupree. Dupree,
You
I complained about
did!
you.
We're always on time when it comes to like synchronizing,
say it
and
was
then you're
Dupree.
always before us,
Yeah.
and you're like, "Oh
Yeah,
damn!"
yeah.
And we're
No,
like,
I
"Wait,
said
what?
sometimes
What are you talking
Dupree
about?"
echoes, but he's never ahead.
Oh, he echoes, yeah. Well, he's
You're
always
the one that's
echoing.
always ahead.
Do.
Hold on, I gotta find it.
All right.
All right,
Wait,
episode
episode
one.
1's 41 minutes. Then, well, that's
42.
because trailer.
We're gonna be
Yeah.
here all night.
Yeah, you guys ready?
Wait, hang
do-
on.
Are we doing the
Not
3
ready yet.
episodes in a row? Should we do like a quick snack and bathroom break?
Yeah, I think we should pause between each
Yeah,
one
after
just
the
to
first
check.
one, let's take a little break.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to sync up again after that, I'm sure.
Rob.
Okay, Rob, you gonna count?
He's like frozen right there.
Oh, great! This
Oh,
Look
also,
at
is
his
a good sign.
He's like,
in case, guys, just in case,
Screenshot.
we
There
can
we
always
go.
mute ourselves. We can always mute ourselves just in case, like,
No,
there's some
what?
type of lag. or
Yeah, I'm
something.
gonna mute myself, I think.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna leave my stuff. You guys can't hear my stuff, right? Because I already started playing it. I'm already 10 minutes in.
What?
God
Come
damn
on!
it. We knew it. We knew it. Rob, you're kicked out.
Get this
Go
man
to
some.
bed.
Coronavirus.
Cancel him.
Oh,
Hey, wait, are we starting?
Yeah.
Hello?
let's-
Yeah.
Are you gonna count down?
Is somebody counting
3.
or what?
All right.
Wait, hold
I'm
on.
just about to
Three.
play
Hold on,
it.
it's not ready.
Shit, I'm already 10 minutes in. Y'all are taking too long.
Rob,
Come on
Are you
now.
gonna
All
count
right,
down?
let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's all, folks.
Of course, mine's gonna take 10 minutes to load.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, let's load it first and then press play.
Dadgummit,
Are we good?
I messed up.
Are we good? Do I
Oh.
need to pause this?
Pause it for 1 second.
Wait,
Pause
I'm
it. My bad.
still loading mine.
All right, I'm gonna. Yeah. All right. So
All right.
for whoever's here, I forgot. Yeah, I gotta mention the one thing that we always mention. So for whoever's in the chat watching us, just know that we are gonna be watching the show. You can stay with us here or watch it on your own. We're gonna give our live react. You're gonna see us give our live reaction with this. Some of us will be muted, some of us won't be, but you get to be here in the experience with us. So again, if you want, make sure to come back. We're gonna watch all 3 episodes. We'll be here all night. So yeah.
Yeah, I would recommend watching it along with us if you can sync up.
Yeah, because I mean, Meg already saw it, but we didn't see it, so it's okay. All right,
So I won't spoil it. I'll just react.
okay.
All
All
Are
right,
you gonna count down?
yes, 3. All right, is everybody ready? First
Wait,
off,
are we starting from the top?
From the Disney sign thing.
I'm
Wait,
already-
what?
Going
We're
back
starting
to the
again?
top.
No, I'm already
Yeah.
a minute in. Y'all could.
Are you serious?
Hold
Yeah.
What are
up!
we
Go
doing?
back
I'm a-
to the start. Go back to
Everyone
the
go to
Disney
the
thing.
start. Go to the
Oh
start.
my
Go to the
God.
start.
Are
I
you
just
serious?
rewound all the way to the beginning.
Go
Come
to the
on.
start.
Are you
This
serious?
is
We're
why I wanted to
restarting?
do group watch.
Yes,
This
we're
is
we're already
ridiculous.
starting.
Yes, restart. We're
Oh
behind.
my
What
god.
happened? Go. Just restart.
All right,
for
restart
10
to like
seconds.
the Disney Plus like snap like
Yeah.
and then we'll start. Everybody
I-
loaded?
Back to
We're all
Yeah,
good?
Disney
beginning.
Plus.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Huh? Yeah. Okay, 3,
All right, I'll
Are we
count it
going?
down. Since Rob like freaking threw everybody out. 5,
3.
Trust-
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Luke Skywalker.
Oh my god.
There we go. Freaking Rob.
Yoda fighting Lord Vader. Sir?
Yeah, you want to watch Andor?
By the way, guys, for everyone watching, we do not skip intros or anything, so we could really stay together. Just
I had to turn you guys down because Rob, every time something happened, he'd be like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'll mute the computer because then Rob will start screaming and we're 5 minutes behind.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
I know. We'll be like, "What's happening?" Rob's 10 minutes ahead of us.
Oh, he's
Oh my
walking. Oh,
god.
He's walking.
Are you already on walking?
Yeah.
I'm still on the main title.
Yeah,
Hasn't
me
even
too.
revealed yet.
We're all on the main titles, dude. What the hell?
Everybody but
Rob
Rob
just
is.
canceled.
Rob, just don't say nothing this whole stream.
Just keep it quiet.
Yeah,
He's wearing
maybe
a
when
That's good, I
episode
like
2, when we get to like the second one and link up again, then you can talk.
Oh, look, he's in Dominican Republic right now. Oh, that's dope. Mm.
I like the design of this
What
sector.
the hell?
Yo,
They
this
got
is
Star
cool.
Wars
This is
strippers
cool.
now?
Oh
This is
yeah,
the lower
this
levels.
one. Yeah, this one kind of gets gritty.
Yeah, I like
There's
that.
an almost nude scene later.
It's like Tron.
Yeah, I like the design of this place.
Gotta love the lower levels.
Jasmine's like, yes, he doesn't have a girlfriend.
It's me. I'm not there yet. It's fine.
He's mine. He's mine. Ha! Megan's ahead.
What? I thought the rest of us were fine.
Yo, why does that girl look like the girl from? Why does she look like Cruella?
Oh no! Don't remind me of that.
Oh, shoot.
She does though.
What? Because of that hair.
Yeah, she looks like whatever her name is. I forget the girl
Oh,
who played her.
no.
I'm Stone, whatever. Yo, you see like the people in the little bubble.
Yeah, how do I get that game?
Ah!
I actually like this choice of shot where they hold on him the entire
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
It really builds the tension. It's really interesting.
Mhm.
Pistol whip.
Rob, what
Rob, shut up.
are you, like 10 minutes ahead?
I'm meeting you guys.
You just said the same thing. You're in the same scene as me. What?
No, he's still standing
I
there
don't know
like
who
this
said
in
my name,
mine.
but I muted you guys because of Rob.
Jasmine's out. Like, this is such a long shot. I love it.
Oh shit. Oh damn.
We spend the entire time on his face. It's so well done.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I like
can see
this
what show
scene
this is
as
gonna
a
be.
juxtaposition to his intro in Rogue One. You can kind of
Yeah.
see the similarities and
Yeah.
yet how different,
This
which
song
means
This
he
is-
gets a real character arc. He actually becomes
I like
something
the
that he didn't
grittiness
start
of
out
it.
as.
That's what I'm
Mhm.
loving is the grittiness. It's really fucking.
Mhm.
I'm really liking it.
Yeah, imagine if Boba Fett was like this.
This is what he needed to be, honestly.
Right.
Well, that was the purpose of this series, was to explain how he became. Well, how
Yeah,
he
but they
became
could
to
have
where
done
he
it
was.
light and lazy like Boba Fett. They could have. Or they could have just had him be that way always. This like real hardcore, cold, ruthless.
Give it like 10 years, they'll do another series on him, and then they'll turn him into Boba Fett.
I know. To be like, actually, he didn't
Well, damn.
die.
Yeah.
Just like Palpatine and Darth Maul and everyone else who should have died and didn't.
Shit.
You leave Darth Maul out of this.
Somehow Cassian returned.
Yeah, right. He didn't really explode into bits and pieces.
Hey, it's Star Wars. They absolutely would do that.
That is true.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to.
Where is everybody at? Just curiosity.
He just left the planet and is flying away. We got a space shot.
Yep. And now there's a droid.
Now the droid is rolling up.
Yeah, cool.
Dupree, you there too? Ferrix.
Mhm.
Dupree's
I'm
like in
assuming-
the zone. He
I'm
didn't even
assuming that-
listen to us.
I'm assuming this is the droid that like they're hyping up. That's with Andor, with Cassian.
To be honest, I haven't heard any of the hype or any of the promo stuff.
Because I think there's in the figure, Cassian has like this droid unit, and I think this is the one, if I'm not mistaken.
This droid does feature heavily in the
Aw.
first few episodes, but I can't. You'll see why. I don't know that he would be in the ones after the first three. Dude, did M bail?
No, she's
No,
here.
she said she was gonna mute herself, just
And-
in case
and then
in case
Yeah, but her-
something happened. So she might have muted like the whole thing, including our conversation, just in
Her-
case.
Camera out too.
Is this Wally in space?
I know it's totally Wally with that junkyard.
Oh, okay. This is the flashback scene right here.
Boy, we are not there yet.
I literally went back.
Rob, stop.
I'll tell you what, I had bad feelings when he's sleeping and then it goes to the flashback. I was like, oh no, they're gonna do the Boba Fett thing. Like every time he goes to sleep, he has a flashback. But they don't. They end up just cutting to the flashback between scenes later, and it's not I fell asleep and had a dream about.
Well, this is what happens during the Clone Wars. That's what it is. The flashback is during the Clone Wars. Jakku, uh-oh. Where Rey was born.
Saint Jakku.
Yeah, right?
This
Damn.
place
They
has
all
a
look-
name, and this is Kenari.
They all like mean mugging. It's so funny. Which ship is that that's going down? Is that a...
It's a Imperial ship.
It's a what?
Or what is it? No, it's a Republic ship. B2EMO.
Yeah, that's the droid unit that's in the figure.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
I have the show muted. I'm just reading the subtitles. I never did know his name. When I saw it before, they only ever call him B, so I never knew what his full unit number was.
And now we know.
Now I know.
That's... Sorry, buddy.
I love the droids, I gotta say.
They...
Pleasant music playing. Subtitles are great. I gotta say, the music in this show is pretty good. And I have never heard of this composer before. But I like him. Oh my gosh, I'm almost done. I'm gonna need more whiskey to get through 3 episodes. I really love this. I like this wall of gloves and everyone comes
Yeah, I
and
just
gets
noticed.
them.
I just saw that.
It makes it feel like such a lived-in world, like everyone's doing their routine and I like this exchange. It tells us everything you need to know about their relationship without them spelling it out.
That's funny.
This is my favorite guy.
Hold on, I want to quote the security headquarters.
I love him so much.
My man takes his job too serious.
I love it. I really like this setup for him. You can understand why he's frustrated and what he wants and what motivates him. And it's relatable.
That being helpful. Yo, he's so disappointed.
I know, but I love that about him. Like, he wants justice and accountability and
He's
to
the one
right the
person that's
wrongs.
he's the person at the job that takes their job like literally serious, and that's something people can relate to because there's always that one.
Exactly.
There's
Like,
always
that's
that
me
one.
at work. Like, how come nobody else works as hard as I do? Like, come on.
I can't work with you, Meg. I can't. I'm the guy like on the phone chilling. Like, I'd be your worst nightmare.
No, I'm rooting for him. I'm like, yes, you know, you're taking the initiative. Get the job done. Like, he cares. It's endearing.
Those shoes, though, are those Nike Air Force Ones?
What? There is a zipper later in this, though. I was like, oh my gosh, first zipper in Star Wars.
Mhm. Yo soy tu papá. It's like the most human Star Wars I think I've ever seen. Like the most natural. Like
That's what I'm talking about. It doesn't
yeah,
spell
it
out
doesn't
this is
stop.
what this person is to this person, and this is what they are doing, and this is what their motivation is. Everyone's just talking to each other the way they would talk to each other normally, and it's
Yeah.
letting you figure it out.
You hear that, Dupree? He's like,
I
I'm
can't
just
tell if
trying
he's
to-
frozen or bored.
Dupree. Yeah, he looks bored.
Oh my god, he can fall asleep.
Low key though.
And what I really like about this whole sequence on Canary is that, like I said in the pre-show, it's all in another language. You don't know what they're saying, but you know what they're saying. You can
Yeah.
tell. It's just so generous. It lets the audience pay attention, figure things out. Yeah, they never explain what this means, what they're doing, but you can kind of like, I bet I know.
Yo, low key, what they're putting that shit on their face. It reminds me of Quinlan Voss.
Oh,
Spoiler. Do.
that would be something. Well, and I love that
But
they're all young,
he's-
and
yeah.
it never explains where they come from, why they're there, but you can kind of imagine that, like, at some point all the adult population got wiped out and just the kids were left, and then they kind of formed this like society where they take care of each other.
Yo, Dupree, can you hear us?
Look at him. He ignoring us. It's just me
Damn,
and you,
even
Rob.
Jot? Yeah, for real.
The girls are all muted out. We gotta carry this live stream.
Y'all can count on me and Meg the hater.
Yeah, well, if they're not listening, then I don't care if I'm talking over, because at least then whoever's watching.
By the way, what are your guys' thoughts on the series so far? If you're watching it with us, and it's almost done. Like it's crazy. It's 13 minutes. Like it's crazy how quick 40 minutes goes.
Well, when it gives you something to be engaged with, when it's not dragging or just like mindless action.
I know how to get their attention.
Uh-oh. Put him on blast.
He's got the headphones. How could he not hear us?
He must have us muted. He got us muted, like the girls
No,
do.
you can't. Oh,
Yeah, you
guess
can.
so.
I know the girls got us muted.
Nice setup.
Look,
so
I
far.
love this dude. I love this dude. Look at he's like getting to the bottom of things.
I'm telling you, he's that one person. He's. I don't mean to be disrespectful. He's the Tom at work. He's the one guy who's like
Yeah.
doing everything by the book.
But I relate
And
to
it's
that.
cool.
I do
don't.
that
You see,
too.
I
Like
don't.
I
So,
see something that's like kind of lagging and I jump into project manager mode and I'm like, I will get this thing on track. I will make a schedule. I will make sure everybody's doing their thing on time. Like I relate to that so hard. Like just wanting that efficiency and that accountability.
yeah. Uh-oh. Dutch. Uh-oh.
I like this guy.
You need to work this. He said, "All I need to do is stay."
He's like so
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
What?
Sire Speed says, nice
Nice
setup so
setup.
far. Paris says so slow for me. I could understand that. I could see that.
I think
It
both
is-
are correct. It's a bit of a slow setup, but it's
It's a slow
world
burner.
building, it's establishing kind of the routine, the relationships, and all the main players.
I
And
mean, for
what they
sure,
do and why.
for sure, this is different than the Star Wars that we're used to. I mean, let's be real. This is definitely different. It's
But I like it.
great.
It's everything is intentional and everything is deliberate. Every scene has a purpose. Everything we learn about these characters is important because it comes into the
It's-
calculations
you-
later.
Well, I mean, realistically, it's real. This is what real life people would really do, and that's what you look for in a movie or a show, right? You look for the
Kind of.
realization. You look
But sometimes
you
you'll
look to
you'll
relate.
spend time on like a real scene, but it's just wasted. It's not really telling
Right.
us anything important about that character. It's just some mundane thing they would do.
Right.
Whereas here, every scene, even if like what they're talking about isn't important, it's showing
Right.
us how the relationship is between people or
Right.
what they want or what they're scared of. And those are
Sorry.
important things.
Sire Speed Review says, right, I don't mind the slow build up.
I agree
is
as
what it
long
is.
as it builds to something. And this does. Everything kind of culminates and builds, and I'll tell you, it gets really tense. You're on the edge of your seat at some points. So
Okay.
it's worth it.
All we could do is sit there and wait. Well, I want to thank everybody who's joining us here and along the ride with us. So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys are y'all are the real ones.
Tell your
enjoying this
friends
with
to
us.
hop in and experience this with us.
It's so cool. Like we could watch this, talk to people, like and there are people like we know from the community, like Sire Speed Reviews, Para. We know those people, they're people that are on social media with us, so it's cool to see that. I don't know who else is here. I know the names from before: Rob's Rules, Omar, giving shout out to Sith Bendu, Justin Cunningham, and Jonathan Romero.
Yeah, thank you everyone who's joining us.
Also, she's reaching her connect.
Like his blue noodles.
Para is right. Para is right. We did see Kenobi together.
And fam watches together.
That is true.
I like this. Like, you can tell he's kind of the
Why does
villain,
it-
but like I like him. Like that's me. I'm like the no nonsense perfectionist at work. Like, come on, get it done.
Why does he? What is the? He kind of gives me the vibes of you seen the actor who plays in Prometheus, the robot. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
getting. Like
he's
the
kind of
out-
got that perfect, like, manicured look.
Yeah.
It was funny when I
There's a
met
lot
him
to
at the
go back
screening the
over.
other night. He's like full beard now. You'll see him in a lot of the press stuff now, and I was like, it's hard to recognize him without that
I
jawline.
can only imagine.
I like this, like a used ship car
Sorry,
lot or
Speed Review
something.
says there is a lot here to go back and rewatch. Oh, for sure. This is gonna be something I have to rewatch like more than once. A show
And that's the
like
thing.
this,
It's a rich world. There's a lot going on.
right? And I think that's the difference between a show like this and Kenobi. Kenobi, you're like it's out in the open, like you can see
It's
it.
straightforward. It's
Right.
simple.
This you have to like really go back and just slow it down because like there's a lot. Like I've noticed even a lot. So for sure. Oh, I want a cookie. I'm hungry.
Yeah, maybe we do take a break between episodes.
Oh,
I've got to refill the whiskey.
for real. I need a cookie. I'm so hungry. I need some sugar.
Oh shoot! Like we're not sponsored or nothing, but I got my double stuffed Oreos.
What are we? Freaking. what is this? What's that movie?
Oh,
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
Yeah, he's like, we're not promoting. What is it? I forgot what he says. I have it here.
Delicious Pizza Hut. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's funny. David Lopez says for season 2, I would love to see the K2SO and a young director, Krennic.
I would love to see some K2SO.
I
I
don't
hope
think- yeah.
they've got to bring him in season 2. If season 2 ends where Rogue One begins, then they've got to build up that relationship between Cassian and K2.
Yeah.
Because they seemed like they'd worked together for a while by the
It's
time
true.
Rogue One started. So
I would say that
they've got to cover that.
I'm with David. I think that's a season 2 thing. Because with the time jump after each 3 episodes, I think so.
Oh, hey, that's the end of episode 1.
Oh, that's it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the little kids are heading out to go check out that ship.
All right. There goes episode 1.
Welcome back, everybody.
Are we back? Is everybody back? Oh man. Wow, look at that. We all ended at the same time. Sorry, Speed Review.
Pretty much. I mean, at least we're all in credits.
My credits are still rolling. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, still going on the credits right now. I'm gonna go back to the menu so that we can start episode 2 together.
Okay. How are we
In the
feeling
meantime,
about it?
do we want to chat about 1?
Yeah, let's try. Let's just do it like that. Let's break it, because then it gets too much if we do all in 3. We're gonna forget.
Someone message M just in case.
Okay. So far, I want to get your opinion, Dupree, because me and Megan spoke a whole bunch, so we're not gonna talk. It'll be you and Jasmine. What do you think, Dupree? And honest, like you could give your most blunt.
I need to
review
watch
and-
it again because I was still kind of confused about like what was happening and why they were doing what. Like I kind of get the brushstrokes, but other than that, it was like I have no opinion about this like freaking episode because nothing happened aside from him killing 2 people and then went to a brothel.
Okay.
I'll tell you, this introduces the players.
Yeah.
It kind of shows you who he knows and what his relationship with each of them is. But yeah, it does not spell anything out for you. It doesn't tell you what's happening or what everybody's situation is. It kind of gives you like just a hint in the way they talk to each other, but it feeds you like a little bit more and a little bit more clues until you put it together. That's what I appreciate about the writing for this show, is that it never uses exposition to explain something and just tell you. You have to watch and put it together and figure it out. And in that way, it can be kind of slow.
That's too
but
much
it
work.
also forces you to pay attention.
I mean, this is like a super this is definitely like a spy series because spy
Yeah,
movies
you've
or
got to
whatever, like you
pay
have to pay
attention.
attention to like every little detail.
Well, that's
And yeah,
so.
like this is only the first episode, so
Yeah.
I
That's
get
what we
why
were
they
saying
dropped the first
before.
3 episodes.
Right. Yeah. I think that's the. I think here, Sci Speed Review says tension is definitely building up, and you can see
Yeah.
that. And I think that that's what this series is. It's leading, and we know what it's leading up to. It's just what it took to get there, and that's what we're noticing and we're watching here now through the life of
Yeah.
Cassian Andor during this time period. So, like, again, love that triangle set up between Andor, Bix, and the other dude.
Exactly. And that's exactly what you're supposed to notice. You're not supposed to really figure out anything else, but you're supposed to notice that there's a little bit of tension in this triangle between Andor, Bix,
Right.
and the other dude whose name even I can't remember.
Yeah.
But that is the important thing. That actually becomes important in the next couple episodes, the tension between the three of them. So it doesn't
You
matter
could tell something's
what
gonna
the
go down.
history is or
Yeah.
why or how long it's been going on or whatever. The point is you need to notice that there's tension between the three of them. And the fact that you picked up on that means that it has successfully communicated the
Yeah.
important information. The rest you can fill in, it doesn't matter. It's not going to spoon feed it to you. You have to watch and figure it out.
I think I've missed that about Star Wars. And you know what? Even thinking about it, I feel like we didn't get that too much in the earlier Star Wars stuff. So
Yeah.
I really like that they're doing something different with this. It kind of, I know this isn't going to make sense, but it kind of feels like a choose your own adventure thing. It's like, okay, are you going to focus on this person? Or are you going to focus on that person?
Right.
Like you as a viewer. And I like that there's different things to focus on. And you could be like, oh, I like this storyline, but I'm going to follow this one or that one. And it's just nice that there's choice. Not everything is like super obvious. I feel like I'm going to have to go back and watch this. And I think that's what really excites me, that it's not all like, yeah, this is all going to happen in 2 days. We're going to get it. It's like, no, it has to be a buildup, because the Cassian that we saw in Rogue One, he had to have gone through some stuff, and that stuff's not going to happen in a day or a minute. It's going to happen
Exactly.
over time. And I'm really liking it so far. I like the slow buildup, because you know that once it's built up, it's going to get heavy. It's going to get crazy. And I like that.
And it feels like
Back
we're
in my day, we
jumping
didn't have
into
no
this
five.
world right in the middle of a story. Like that these people have all had a history with each other, and they're all in a current place with each other, and it's building to something else. This isn't like, square one, and it's going to tell us exactly how to feel about everything. We're joining a world that's already in progress, and we need to catch up. We need to figure out what's going on. Cassian's not going to explain why he was on that planet and what he's been doing, and why all these people are like, oh no, what, you've been up to it again. That tells us that, okay, he's been doing this for a while. Okay, everybody kind of knows about it and is a little bit tired of him constantly getting into trouble. Like it tells us what we need to know about the state of things as they are right now. We're joining this story in the middle of it being lived in, and we need to just follow it from here and decide who we're rooting for.
I'm so sorry. Cyrus Speed Review says they also set up Andor in his trigger finger.
Well, sorry, we were talking about that when it happened. It's such an amazing echo to his introduction in Rogue One, in which he just doesn't even hesitate and is just like, yeah, this is what's got to happen. You're dead. And we're just, and I remember like that setup for him in the movie. You're just like, dang, this guy's cold. Like he just gets it done. And then in this case, it's showing us almost an identical situation, except now he's panicked. He didn't mean to do that. He just had no choice, and it's going to kind of haunt him and follow him and cause everything else to happen. And so we're like, oh my gosh, like this is how it started. Eventually he becomes that person that was introduced in Rogue One, where he is just cold and ruthless and no nonsense. But he's got a journey to go on before he gets there. That's what's interesting, is that they echoed that so well and yet showed us a different Cassian in the same situation.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think, so far? We're gonna break it down into episodes. Like we're just gonna talk about each episode because I think it's easier that way instead of just like doing all three and then like we're gonna forget. What did you think of the episode so far?
This is the best Star Wars show.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I love it. It's perfect. I love it. It's so good. It's like, it's so new. The whole style, the filming style. I love how they've shot every scene.
Yeah.
The whole like cop subplot, like he's trying to be like the goody two shoes cop and he's trying to like prove himself. That's so funny to me.
I think it brings honestly, I think it brings comedic I don't know, enjoyment or laughter because like
Right,
it's
but
like,
you know that he's gonna be like so annoying as the show goes on, right?
yeah, because like
He's
it
trying
like
to find him.
Oh, Megan's
Like-
smiling.
He's my favorite.
He's your favorite. He's so funny.
I think it's one of those things like you find the person that you relate to their motivation, right? You relate to their story. And to me, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I'm that person that like wants to do a perfect job that is just baffled why nobody else is committed to perfection the way I am and just wants your team to get on the level and you know, and show the results and accomplishments, who just wants justice. And like I love it, and I love that they can turn something so noble like that kind of a motivation into something that becomes the antagonist, to where you're almost like, he's not evil,
no,
but
for
we
sure.
love Cassian and we don't want him to catch him, and yet, you know, he's doing the right thing by trying to catch a murderer. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
That's what's funny, because it's like his boss, if anything, is the bad guy because he's like corrupted.
right.
But yet we're gonna see this guy as the antagonist.
It's a
The nerd who
fascinating
decided to
dynamic.
tailor his uniform.
I love that he
Yeah.
tailored his uniform. I love it.
And I have to say, like, I like how they ended it, you know, and it's, I think that's the cool thing is like they're ending each episode now that's gonna go into the next one, and that's why like now I'm excited and I want to see episode 2. I can't wait, and I think that now we're ready. I think
Okay.
we're ready to go into episode 2.
All right.
We're ready? Everybody ready?
Who's gonna do a countdown?
Dupree's
I
gonna
got you.
count it down.
Oh,
Is
all
Dupree
Well,
gonna
hold
do a
on.
countdown?
Let's like everybody like get it like loaded up to the at least
Okay.
like the Disney Plus screen.
I got the
before
Disney.
we
The
press
little
play.
star is above the eye.
Mhm.
Yeah, that. You guys all got it ready, loaded?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right,
And
count us
said
down.
like, no, I'm going to sleep.
I know. Should go. You
Em, you there?
counting?
All right.
I think she can.
Yeah, she just
hear
closed,
us.
she gets off
Uh,
because she's gonna watch it.
No, I'm already
Five.
on it.
4,
Wait, we're counting down.
We're counting down. We're counting
Three,
down.
Okay,
Four,
count down now.
2, 1,
2, 1, play.
go. There we go.
I'm just gonna get
Forgot
cookies.
to get
I'm
more
still here.
whiskey.
Don't skip the recap.
Okay, everybody, do not touch that remote. We're watching the recap. We're watching the credits.
Don't skip the recap. Don't skip the intro. None of that, because this is the perfect potty break time.
Yeah, exactly. This is the refill the whiskey time.
For those in the comments, please chime in. Is it funny to you guys too, or not, that this nerd tailored his uniform?
I think it's adorable. Like,
Does he not also another thing for those who like The Office? Does he not look like the nerdy guy that everyone always picked on? You know, the head boss's son. I don't know his name, but
El
he
Camacho.
kind of looked like him.
He's like-
Going back.
you mentioned The Office. He's like the Dwight Schrute
Oh,
of
no.
Andor. He's like the assistant to the regional manager.
Oh, I think the
Of-
character's name was like Gabe or something, but he acts like Dwight, but looks like Gabe.
What the the hell is that Game of Thrones freaking music? What's going on here?
I thought it was your music. Don't you have like a music bed going?
No, I'm listening to the music of freaking Andor right now.
Oh, it's on the show. I have it muted. I'm just watching
Oh,
the
yeah.
subtitles. I like the music. There's a track at the end of this episode that I thought was really distracting, but otherwise the music has all been really good.
Yeah, but I can't get jiggy with this shit.
Uh,
All right, let's see.
jigginess is essential. Let's
so
go,
sick.
Sire Speed.
I'm so sick I can't even taste. It's like the worst part.
Oh no, you got the Rona. Oh, Dupree got some snacks. Oreos, not sponsored. Snack time with the fam. So tell me, all these guys are marching through the jungle. What do you assume they're doing? They haven't told us.
Wow.
But what do you assume?
Well, I just saw what they found.
So you can kind of put this together. Like, it hasn't spelled it out for you, but it's like, okay, he's never been out of his camp. This is the first time he's followed the hunting crew into the woods. This is the first time he's seen the remnants of the mining operation.
Yeah.
It's telling you this whole story, but just in visuals. It's not spelling it out for you with exposition. It's amazing.
Yo, Meg, I would love to get you as like a book narrator. You would be so good for that.
I would love to do audiobook or something.
You should. You do a really good job. No, seriously, you do.
I love this dude. I thought this was so stupid in the trailer. And then when I realized what he was, I was like, oh, I love him.
But real talk though, this right here traumatized me at Celebration because they showed this shit like 10,000 times of him hitting that bell. Remember?
I was so confused. I was like, what even is that? And then you watch and you're just like, oh, it's just a guy who loves his job.
Heading to ship, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you got it, Sire Speed. So you can tell just by the timing, just by their intentionality and bringing the weapons, they're going to go check out that ship that crashed.
Right.
They don't need to tell you that's what they're going to do. You're watching what they're doing, their preparation, this whole thing, and you get that dynamic and you understand what's going on. And I love that they trust the audience to just watch and figure it out.
I'm not gonna lie though, the glove scene reminds me of Kenobi, like when they're like, with the meat.
But I think that was one of the strongest aspects of Kenobi.
Hey, they got the ghost ship, the VCX.
Oh, is it? I didn't even catch that. But I like it. It just feels like people doing their job, and this is their, routine.
You think that's them, Dupree? I don't think so, though. How you gonna throw that out there and not respond?
He ain't even listening. Tim, that's his name.
Wow. And you were like, it's a name I can't say.
Well, it's 2 M's, so it's Star Wars-ized.
Tim.
What I don't get is she ain't even trying to be casual. She's like so sus. So either she's just really bad at being covert, or I don't know. Ooh, Tim is figuring it out.
Oh my god. Oh wow.
Hang in there.
I don't know.
Oh, I love Fiona Shaw. Rob, wake up.
No, my head is pounding because
Massaged it.
that's what I'm doing. I'm literally just massaging it.
There's a pressure point between your thumb and forefinger, this web. You massage it here. It's supposed to take care of headaches. I don't know. It's an acupuncture thing.
A little better. That would have been me. Coño, I would have been like, shut up. Somebody's dying.
Uh-oh. Like my computer. So at this point, I'm like, okay, so if that's like his mother, where did she come from? Because clearly we've seen in the flashbacks that he's just this orphan child tribe member. Rob, how are you ahead again?
What? Oh,
I
you
can
hear
hear
myself?
yours, and it's ahead. At least of mine.
Jealousy is a bitch.
Yeah, there's Tim.
Oh,
Drink that whiskey.
Call him Whiskey Pete's. Uh-oh. Jealousy's going to get to him.
But that's what I like too, is that like you can't blame him that he's pissed. Like it makes sense. It's a rational motivation. I like this Star Wars payphone.
I know, right?
Like we haven't ever seen it before, but I can totally believe it's part of this universe. Even the buttons look Star Wars.
Oh, this dude Tim messed up.
Yeah, but can you blame him?
I mean, he's not. I mean,
He thinks this dude is moving on his girl.
but he's not.
Get him out of the picture. But from his point of view, See, these guys are finally like, oh, we are working hard and it's kind of interesting. It's working.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Let's see who's there.
Oh, Tim. I would do that. If I saw my man like hanging with another girl, I'd call the cops and like frame her for something.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
Savage.
Get her out of the picture.
Oh, okay. She said, I want you. Now we can do this the easy way. We can do this the hard way. Choice is yours.
This is also something we've never seen in Star Wars. I was like, oh, are we going here?
Yeah, Han and Leia didn't go this far, so the first.
Where do you think Kylo came from?
Well, we just never saw it in like this. This is
I like in the subtitles, it's like breathing heavily.
yeah,
Thanks.
touching, intimate touching.
Sexy breathing.
Yeah, stroking of the hair. Oh God, it's funny.
Oh my gosh, this dude. I love it. Like you think our guy was intense? Then he meets Sergeant Mosk, and this dude is like his like idol. I love the dynamic between
I
these
know.
two.
Exactly.
I love it. He's like, yes! Finally someone gets it!
I know. It's like I knew I wasn't wrong.
I've got that one person at work too. That I'm like, you get it, and we like complain about the young people that don't have the same work ethic, and I love it.
Dar.
Yeah, get him.
Fuck him out.
It's like I want to root for them,
I know.
and yet I'm like, oh, but we're supposed to root for Cassian, and I do. There you go. The one thing that'll be familiar to us is Imperial symbol. Sarspeed, I think he said it was like a navigational token. It's some kind of a pass that shows you all the routes and checkpoints or something. Rob, wake up. It's just me and you left. Look at everybody. Everybody's out.
No,
We're the only ones left.
I'm here. No. I was just texting right now. I was texting a friend of mine who's watching it too. Charging station. Kind of reminds me of like Kashyyyk a little bit.
Yeah, you know, it's jungle. I like that it's not Tatooine. For once, we're in a TV show and it's not a stinking desert.
Yeah, no, I like that. Honestly, I would have loved if they did a freaking play on like, you know, like seeing Wookiees and shit like that. That's something I would want to see. It'd be dope.
It's fine. I just like that it's different and it's its own thing. We saw like the big mining operation that was abandoned. We've got this tribe of like clearly it's just rugged feral children. It's what's that one? It's not Grapes of Wrath. There's like a book about feral children on an island. Why am I not remembering it? Yeah, B2. The charging station. Yeah, he's always running out of charge. Oh my gosh. I love Stellan Skarsgård.
That's what?
Stellan Skarsgård.
Oh, the father, yeah. That whole family is crazy. Like they all like literally actors.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I worked with one of them once. They're all like tall.
They seem awkward too. Seem
Yeah.
Different. That's the wording I want to say. Not awkward, different.
Because they're like, I don't know, what is it, Finnish or Scandinavian or something?
Why does that look like the Pac-Man symbol? Oh my gosh, it's funny. Here we go again.
How far ahead are you, Rob? You're like a good 15 seconds.
No, he's just hitting the thing now.
Yeah, I'm still on like homeboy looking through his binoculars.
That looks like Pac-Man, yeah. Something about to fly.
I love like how much this guy loves his job. He is just so into it.
I know. Oh, you're talking about the guy who hits the thing?
Yeah, the bell guy.
He lives for this shit.
Yeah. I just love it. Oh, something about flight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the book with the kids. What was that book? I'm gonna figure it out.
Lord of the Flies, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Lord of the Flies.
That's basically what that is on Canary there.
She kind of looks like Keira Knightley a little bit.
A little bit.
Like in certain angles, like when she has her hair, because she has like the same structure, like with the
yeah,
like
and the lips,
jawline, and like and the nose, yeah.
But Kira always favors her lower teeth. She always talks with her lower lip.
Yeah.
So I like that it's showing that he's got this camaraderie with droids, because we know that later he's got that kind of a relationship with K2. And this is the kind of the precursor to that. This is the setup that, like, yeah, droids are his little buddies. And there's something interesting about her. And we don't get much of her story, but like, she's got just this strong presence.
Yeah, she does.
She doesn't get a lot of action scenes, but like, you still admire her.
Oh, damn. Oh, my headphones. Damn. Oh, what the heck?
Watch out.
Oh, shoot. Going is a bad idea. Sounds like K2SO would say, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not creepy.
I know, isn't this like a little dark and kind of eerie? It's
Yeah.
got such a different tone than the other Star Wars shows.
Oh, one of them is awake. Oh, no.
Watch out!
That's crazy. Nah.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Yo, they can't even kill my man.
What?
About time. It took like 10 of them.
I love that they really wouldn't know what to do with a blaster. It's like they might not have ever encountered one before.
The children. Oh, she's dead, yeah.
Yeah. People die and stay dead in this show. This is a different Star Wars.
I know. He has a goatee already? Oh, damn.
He drew that.
I know.
He's silly.
Only on Star Wars show days. Beep, 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 beep.
This is a decent way to do exposition. Like, it feels natural that he would say these things.
Yeah.
It is informative to the audience, but it's not like, why is he saying this? And I love the dynamic between him and his little buddy there.
Yeah.
So now at this point, if you're paying attention, you're like, okay, in episode 1, he was at the brothel looking for his sister. We've seen his sister in the flashback scenes. He left her to go on this mission. So what exactly happens that separates them, right? That's what you're supposed to be tracking.
Think about it.
Look at this ship. Oh my gosh, I love this part. Like, up until now, our dude has been like the most intense guy. And
I
now
know.
he's like the least intense guy in this group.
He's like, I think you covered everything. I don't think I need to say anything.
I know,
He's
like,
like, he's like, how do I follow up with that?
well, it's a
Oh,
great
shit.
way of showing
Authority.
this like extreme personality from the beginning, and then showing us he actually has a long way to go. That he's actually not as sure of himself when he gets around people that are intense and good at their job. Yes, he comes across as authoritarian when he's with like his lazy coworkers, but he gets with this gang and he's out of his league.
Yeah. they're all like, bro, hurry up.
I know. They're like, oh, lame.
For real.
But I like that. It keeps his growth kind of fluid.
Yeah. He's like,
Uh
the other dude's like, don't worry, I got you.
like, yeah. Nice. These guys. So unimpressed. But I love that. It takes him from a situation where he's got the extreme confidence and authority to where he's very uncertain of himself and kind of just a fish out of water. Like it's so growth inducing for him. Oh my gosh, this part was so funny. Everything he's talking about, them like upcharging things. I was like, he's talking about Disney. He's talking about Disney, isn't he?
You're supposed to be our hype man. That was funny, Cyrus. No need to explain, mate.
He's so cute, this old dude with the hat.
I know. Don't mind me, guys. Again, it's 4:11 East Coast, so I'm tired.
And you're
I'm
sick.
Yeah, so bear with me, guys.
So
I'm
everybody
not sleeping, but
have a
I'm
lot
just
of
tired.
sympathy and patience for
Yes.
Darth Eternal.
Yes. We're grinding.
Honestly, the next time you watch this scene with the old dude and Stellan, his character, who I don't think has a name, like it's such a dig at Disney, if you ask me.
Yeah, I like the music
Like
right now.
Yeah.
It's like very, yeah, I like it.
But the subtext is very like critical of like Disney parks.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's very interesting.
I'm done. Is everybody done? Oh, okay.
done?
Yeah, I finished the episode.
Stop, you too far. Oh, this is where they go into that crazy drum solo, and I'm like, what just happened to the music?
Oh, that was the one that they showed. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's like the one bit of music I didn't like. It's good like as a music if you're listening to it, but as far as the show goes, it kind of takes you out. It was a little distracting. Okay, I'm clicking out of episode 2.
Do we want to just go into 3?
I'd like to hear if anybody had any thoughts. This again is just building on the setup that we got in episode 1. So, any predictions?
I'm just waiting to see what, like, because everything seems like it's gonna come to a head in episode 3.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it gets
like
real
you see
tense.
all the lines and all the story arcs, like, you know, about to intercede and everything. So I'm just waiting to see what happens.
Everything's about to collide. It gets real tense. You get this real like ticking time bomb sensation. I love that they took our boy, like my favorite character whose name I just can't remember, the intense security guard, that they took him from a situation. I was telling Rob while you guys were muted how funny it is that like he's the intense authoritarian guy in his workplace and bossing everybody around. Then he gets with this group and all of a sudden he's like the weakest link. And so it's throwing him into the situation where he's got to overcompensate and figure things out. So it's just creating this dynamic where everybody's got room to grow. You've got a little bit more of Cassian's backstory. You've got this this tension now with this love triangle. So you got Tim telling on him, so you know now there's betrayal. You got Stellan Skarsgård on the way. Like, what's this guy's deal?
Him. Oh my god, I love him.
Great.
Yeah, I'm excited to see, like, you know, what comes next with him. He's actually the most exciting character, like most anticipated character for me so far.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's going to be the one that gets Cassian like really into all of this. Like from the trailer, it seems like he's like, I need you, like help me.
Yeah, I'll tell you, he delivers in episode 3. You're like, oh my gosh, this guy knows what's up. Like, like I cannot wait to see what his deal is.
Okay, you know what? One thing confused me.
What?
Is like when the guy's rising and you know, okay, he's about to shoot the girl, and then Cassian like literally has a full minute to yell at her to warn her, and then he doesn't. I was like, why didn't he say anything?
I think because that was my thought too. Like, as soon as he saw that guy moving, I was like, wouldn't he like?
But like nobody said anything.
Nobody said anything. They just all
the more you think about it, the more it establishes that these kids have never actually seen other people before. They've never seen weapons, long-range weapons like a blaster.
Yeah.
So they didn't really know how this would play out.
So are they like an indigenous tribe? Like they don't know like anything from the outside world?
No, but I don't think it's explained. But I think if you're just watching for clues and you're putting it together, the clues that you take is that all of them seem to be under a certain age, which means at some point there was something that wiped out the adult population, and only the really young kids survived and kind of created this snap. They created some sort of like a Lord of the Flies situation where there's just this like feral tribe of children that have adapted a hierarchy and a way of exploring the world around them that seems to have just worked out so far. And clearly the oldest girl is the de facto leader. But so the clues I'm putting together from watching this a couple times, because that was my first thought too. I was like, he's looking at the guy like yell, 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 but nobody says anything. So I'm like, oh, they must have never encountered this sort of thing before.
Well, remember in Rogue One, Cassian said, I've been in this fight since I was 6, so he's probably like around 6, maybe like a couple years older in these flashbacks.
He looks
right?
like he's like 10, honestly, 10 or 10, I would say 10, 11.
Yeah, I was
Good
gonna say his
point.
sister. I'm assuming that's his sister. She seems
Yeah.
more like 6. But then who's Marza? Like, I thought that was supposed to be his mom. But if there's no adults there with them, then
Probably
No,
someone
and
to
that-
took him in later.
That's exactly what's fascinating, is that they've given you the clue already that Marza is his mother figure.
right.
But then they've also given you the clue that he's an orphan
right.
in this tribe of children. And so you're supposed to say there's a disconnect between this. Where in the world does she come into the picture? Now in
Mhm.
episode 3 we do find out.
Okay.
But that's what I find so fascinating, is that up until episode 2 you're like, wait a minute, how does this happen? You
Mhm.
want to find out. And so it actually keeps you intrigued with this mystery of like, what happened to his sister? How did they get separated? That he's looking for her in the first episode, going to this brothel. Like, have you seen a
Yeah.
girl from Canary? Like, something happened here. And
So
now
did
he's
that
with
girl
this
give
mother.
him up too? That girl that we saw that like came into the station, did she also turn him in?
She probably answered questions. They probably interrogated her. Have you seen this man? Is
Uh-huh.
this the one who was asking about Canary? They had that hollow of him. So when she showed up at the station, you've got to like put 2 and 2 together that like they must have asked her to confirm, to identify the suspect, and she must have done so.
Well, I thought they were doing it to make the audience think, was it her or was it Tim that like turned him in?
So Tim gave the name. They used the name to pull up his records, and then they used the records to show to the woman and say, is this the man that you saw?
Hmm.
Is this the man you talked to? So we've got to then assume that she said yes, that he looks like the guy.
Poor Tim.
I know, right?
He's about
Like
to get dumped. He's gonna get dumped now when she finds out what he did.
like you can understand why he did what he did, but like as
Well,
the
it's kind of
audience,
her fault. She's
you're
making
like,
it
dude.
seem like she's cheating on him.
exactly. She's like not being chill at all. She's so
But are they even,
sus.
like-
They were holding
It
hands at the
doesn't even like
bar.
seem like super established her and
I
Tim
love
though.
you.
It seems like they're just
Will you marry
like,
me?
And then
I
she's
think
like,
no, I think it's established, but she's like setting
But
these
she's
weird
acting so
rules.
sus.
Yeah, where she's like, we can only meet once a week, but in his mind, he's like, oh, that's my girlfriend, and so now he thinks that
Right.
she's cheating on him.
But then that's not
Like-
established if he thinks one way, but she's like, well, she kind of made it clear, like, hey, we're casual once a week. So if he has extra feelings that he's not talking about, which, I mean, we're not going to know now, but if that's how he feels, then that's not
I don't know.
on
I take
her.
it that like their dates were like a once a week thing, but then they were a couple. Because
Honestly,
when Cassian's talking to her,
it looks
she
like a one night
refers to him
stand
as like
every
her
week.
guy.
It seems
So-
more like two people
Casual.
who know each other are just keeping it casual. It seems like she's definitely trying to keep it casual. That's why she's not
Well, friends with
super-
benefits.
Yeah, basically like, hey, we're two lonely people in this like dusty place. Like, I
The
Dupree
guess
jive
is
I
nice.
get is that they are exclusive, like they are together. Jeez, Dupree. But she just keeps saying she's too busy.
See, that's
and
what I'm
that they
saying. I
can
think they
only-
are exclusive. She's just like
Yeah.
a shitty girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly. And he is so sweet and he wants to dedicate more time to her, but she keeps
Mhm.
giving him excuses. And so he wants to get to the bottom of it.
It's okay.
So, do you think that Cassian and her
Sire's
like
on
had history, or do you think they just
That's
like
the
crushing
impression
on each
I'm
other?
getting.
I
that
I
they
thought they
were
like
exes
had
or something.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it's coming across like. And that's why he's automatically suspicious that Cassian keeps coming around.
Well,
And that
son.
she keeps asking or acting sus every time he does.
Mhm,
And so he's like, oh shoot. And then he sees them together.
mhm.
And like
And-
and so you almost can't blame him for doing what he does.
Yeah.
But yet you're like, dang it, he's like totally, misinterpreting things.
Or like you could just confront them instead of being like, I'm gonna turn this guy into the police.
Yeah, exactly. You
Okay.
could, but that's not his style.
He
He's not
also was
aggressive like that.
Yeah,
Like that
he's
dude was
drunk.
like
Remember?
also drinking in the streets,
I
like
know.
I
When you're
seen you, and then
drinking,
he
you're
just
not.
like
Yeah,
And
he
then
had
also,
that
like, he was
Corellian
getting
whiskey.
Are
drunk
you
when
really
she
at-
showed up. Like his
yeah,
glass was
he
on the
said like
table when she showed up.
When you
Exactly. He
drinking,
should
you
have
ain't
said
even
something.
thinking.
Well,
I
I'm
know my
surprised
man
she
was hitting
wasn't
those
like, "Have you
codes.
been drinking?"
he
He was
was.
hitting those
Yeah.
buttons like.
I
like,
love the droid, and I'm that person that I never really like the droids in Star Wars. Like I never really connect with them. I love this
I'm gonna
droid.
tell you, I bet you guys
B.
that's eventually gonna be like K2SO. They're gonna do it just what they did with L3 and take the droid's
No.
brain or whatever and put it in K2, and he's gonna be upgraded. That's literally like when he said that's a
Don't you
bad
dare.
idea.
Okay, but
When he
isn't it
said
the
that's a
same
bad
voice
idea,
actor?
and I don't like that, I was like, oh, that's so
Isn't
That
it the
does
same
sound like
voice
K2.
actor?
Huh?
Is it?
Isn't it the
No.
It's
same
not the
voice
same.
actor?
No,
No,
it's not the same
no.
voice actor, but those
Okay.
those droids like have like certain voices or whatever. But I think it's just gonna be the same thing with L3 and the Millennium Falcon. Like L3 just became the Falcon. It's gonna be
I
the
don't know.
same
I
thing
just
with
like how
this
that
droid in
droid
K2.
actually talks. Like it's like a person instead of like R2D2 that just like beeps back. I don't know.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know if any of you watch Resident Alien, but like the main guy on that show is the voice of the droid. So I love that.
Oh, is it?
I like
Low-key-
immediately recognized it and I was like, oh my god, he's
Yeah.
in Star Wars.
Low
Oh,
key, the
Alan
droid
Tudyk?
is like one of my favorite characters so far from the show.
The droid is cool. I feel like
Yeah.
he's gonna end up like cussing Cassian out eventually and be like,
I'm
you need
telling
to
you,
stop.
I bet you that's
He
gonna eventually
cares.
be K2.
It's cute. I don't know. It's so rare to get a show where there's not like an annoying character. It's like every character has impressed me. Everyone's acting has impressed me. I've been like, okay, that's like a good actor. You know, I mean, even in Kenobi, there are times where the actors, I was like, that's not right. But this show, like every single person, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is good. That's good.
The only thing that bugs me is Bix, the girl, because I'm like, she's like not even trying to play casual or innocent. She's like always looks like she's up to something and feels guilty about something. And I'm like, if you are supposed to be the spy character, you should be good at acting like you have a legit excuse to be busy. But she's always like, I'm just gonna go run some errands.
I know that's
And
always
then-
her excuse. It's every single time. I have errands. I'll be back. And I'm like,
I know. I'm like, that's not
Well,
a good
maybe
cover.
something else.
Maybe that's just always been her personality, even if it was before she got into the
But think
spy
how
business.
suspect that is. You're going to run errands every time.
Or it's like every
And
time
then
your
she
boyfriend
acts
wants to
really
talk to you.
cold to him.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, okay, maybe that's intentional. Maybe she's supposed to be bad at what she does.
I don't know.
But if she's not, if she's supposed to be like a really good, you know, double agent, undercover, nobody suspects her, then I'm like, okay, she's like way too cold and nervous and upset all the time that it seems like everybody would be suspicious of like, where have you been? Why are you like annoyed right now and anxious right now? So I haven't quite figured her out yet.
You know what's one of the cool things, Meg, is that you know with the series is that they're really focusing. They're not focusing on just that one character. Like I like how they're giving that room to all these characters that we don't know anything of, and you know they're really giving the room for them to explain them a little bit.
It's literally every character. Like even the mom, like she has her own moment where she's like nostalgic. It's like every single person has had like a moment. It's so
and you
cool.
want to know more about them.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing that they're doing differently here that has always been disappointing to me in the other shows, is that Cassian is actually driving the plot. It's his decisions and his actions that's causing everyone else to do what they do. That's causing these cause and effect scenarios.
And he didn't even know.
Exactly. You look back at Obi-Wan and he's a passenger on his plot.
Right.
Everybody else is making decisions and taking him places and solving his problems and telling him he has to do things. He never drives his own plot. Same with Mando. Basically, he just gets told, "Oh, you need to go help this person and do this thing." And you know, and so he'll just kind of like survive situations, but he's never deciding where he wants to go and what he wants to do. And in this case,
the Bad Batch.
I guess so. That's the one I never watched. And the same thing with Boba Fett. Like everything just kind of happens to him and he's just reactory. And in this, Cassian is moving. He is the protagonist. Everything he
He's
does
the leader. It goes
leads
through
to
him.
cause
Really.
and effect. Like he is driving this plot. Everybody else is reacting to what he does. So that's a new dynamic, and that is really what I had been craving from these other shows, is to have a dynamic plot driving protagonist character, and not somebody who's just kind of like being yanked around
Yeah.
and, you know, reacting to a plot, but somebody who's actually the one causing it.
It's amazing what happens when you get a good writer.
Yeah. Tony, don't let me down.
All right.
I know.
We ready for episode 3?
All right, guys.
Let's
Yeah,
do
let's
it.
start it up.
Ready?
I'm gonna count to 3, and we're gonna start. All right.
Okay.
Okay, wait, hold. I gotta get
Everybody-
to the pause point.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be muted, but
Okay.
I'm ready.
I'm paused, so ready for a countdown.
All right. 1, 2, 3, go.
No skipping flashbacks, no skipping recaps, no skipping main titles. Whoever's watching along with us, just let it play. Now I'm interested about this theory that B becomes K2SO. See, I thought K2SO was just a reformatted Imperial droid. But y'all are right about the going is a bad idea. That does sound very K2. This is it, guys. Episode 3. This is where it gets real heavy. This is also the episode that has like the 2 writing sins that I will complain about, though. So Meg the Hater will make an appearance.
Well, one thing we could say, every episode has had a flashback, so.
But this one does round it out. It kind of takes us as far as we need to know. So this might
for
be
sure.
the last one with a flashback. What I like about this flashback is that he reacts to everything very authentically, to the way it's been established that he wouldn't have seen these type of things before. He's imitating what he saw the older girl do. Like, he acts like he doesn't know the things he shouldn't know. It's not like Rey when she gets dropped into a pool on Ahch-To and knows how to swim, and you're like, wait, didn't she grow up on a desert planet? Like, is this the bit where he reacts to his reflection? Or is that in the next one?
Well, this is it. This is episode 3, so it's got to be this one. How many freaking
Well,
episodes?
no. I mean, they're like the next flashback sequence.
Flashback.
No, it's this. Like he's never seen himself.
Because he had never
before.
seen himself.
Yeah, it's so authentic. It's like, yeah, he never would have seen a reflective surface before. He never would have seen his own reflection. I like these guys. This feels like a real job. Look at the little stairs robot.
I know.
All the Skarsgård boys are tall. Look how suspicious she's acting.
I know.
She's the worst spy ever.
Huh. She just makes it too sus. That's the problem.
Yeah, and it never establishes that she's like the best spy. So I don't have a
Yeah.
problem with it. Like maybe she just really is bad at what she does.
I think she is.
She's
'cause it's
constantly
really
like
bad.
looking around and like
She just
acting
looks ner-
suspicious,
Yeah. She
looking
doesn't know how to, like,
nervous.
she doesn't know how to play it cool. That's the problem. She's not
Exactly.
suave about it. Why does the Imperial look like a fat bastard from Austin Powers? That is true. He
Yeah,
does. I'm like,
with those sideburns and everything.
yes, he does. He does.
Go B, go. Oh, flashback. Look at how new he looked.
Oh, you're ahead. I'm not even there yet.
See, I pushed play before you said 3, 2, 1 because I knew. Otherwise, you'd be ahead.
Oh.
So this is where you start putting it together. You're like, oh,
Yeah, now I'm at the part that he's like breaking shit.
she found him because she goes to the ship. He's on this ship.
Okay.
This is how they meet. See how these almost look like the clone dropships?
That literally I was thinking that in my head. I was gonna say Clone Wars much.
But like very similar. So you can see the evolution of the design.
It's funny because you look at your man, and it's like he's contemplating what he did.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he's doubting it. Like,
Yeah, like, am I ready for this? Like, what have I gotten myself into? But notice how engaged you are in the story right now. There hasn't
yeah,
been a single stormtrooper, not a single Imperial officer uniform, no lightsabers, no X-wings, no TIE fighters, like nothing familiar. And yet it feels like Star Wars. It feels like a tense story. And this, they don't need to spell out Clone Wars or anything. He just keeps saying there's a Republic ship approaching, so we're like, okay, it must be Clone Wars era if he's still referring to it as the Republic. She says, oh, you killed a Republic officer. Like, okay, well, I know what time period I'm looking at right now.
why do I have a feeling I know who's gonna die?
Who do you think? Who do you predict?
The mother.
I'm not gonna say.
Damn.
Now, I'll tell you what I like about her is that in all these shows, you know, everybody's always touting like, oh, we've got such a tough, strong female character. And in this one, she comes across as a strong female character, and she doesn't throw anybody around. She doesn't fight anybody. She just has like a tough, unbreakable spirit. And I think that's more impressive than the shows where you've got like a small woman throwing men around.
Oh, the robot.
Cyril, that's his name. He'll be my boyfriend. I always pick one in most shows.
Oh no.
It's like, no.
I know, like
You
you're making
idiot.
it worse.
Shut up. They're tracking him. Luthen. That's his name. I don't think anybody said it, but it's in the
No, it said it.
subtitles.
Yeah. She knows who said it. Someone ratted him out. Yep, she knows who.
She knows somebody did.
She knows it was him, though.
Well, he's about to be stupid.
It was me.
She's like, how do you know who we're talking about?
He better fucking put himself on the line so he could get killed. Fuck that. Kid got a hoodie.
In the screening, I was like, that's two choices.
I know.
But what I like is that, like, he's not the best. When we get to Rogue One, he's the best, right? But we're seeing him now where he's still got a lot to learn, which makes me excited that there's going to be a character arc. Sire Speed, catch up with us. I like this whole exchange. It's very smart. Everybody's asking the questions they would ask. And answering the way they would answer. It's like, it's very intentional. Nobody seems to be out of character.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about this. He refers to his father. We don't know who that is. See you next week, Sour Speed.
You're right. Mhm.
Like just the dynamic here tells us this is the kind of guy who doesn't
Yeah.
flinch at having a gun in his face, and this is the kind of Cassian who doesn't pull the trigger.
Later. Later, Sire Speed.
See ya.
That's like a conch, I'm assuming they're doing. Some sort of a conch signal.
No, it's a really interesting dynamic. It just shows that this is a whole community who's kind of got a system, and they're against this authority faction. And everybody seems to know what it means. Now this is weird. He was like right up in his face 2 seconds ago. Now he's like several steps back.
I know.
That's kind of a weird continuity thing.
He's like, answer the fucking phone.
That's interesting. Do you want to die being careful? The Cassian we know from Rogue One
Yeah.
would have shot by now. He doesn't even care. This one, he's still overly cautious.
Oh, she's gonna. Oh man.
No, I like this. Like Luthen knows what's up. He knows how this works. You've got to calm, you idiot. Okay, this is lazy writing sin. Everybody's running around scared right now, but they hone in on the one character that we're following. And they waste all their time detaining her. I thought that was pretty bad. That'll be my one of my complaints. Now, I like this dynamic between the two of them. Cassian knows the answers, but Luthen knows exactly which questions to ask. He's the one who planned ahead. Oh, this shaky cam, though.
Shaky camera.
It makes me crazy. And this whole bit, this was in a real warehouse that they filmed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, you could just tell. That they're actually like interacting with a set. But once again, we get into an action sequence and we've got quick cuts, shaky cam, hard to follow.
This guy's still trying to get it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Cassian's being reckless over some little thing. He doesn't see the big picture. Like he thinks his little tracer thing is a big deal.
Oh, he just got knocked out. Oh, that place is going down.
That's like a broken rib, bro. Just freaking Dupree crunching. Here you go, Rob.
Oh shit. He died. Good. He needed to
Yay.
die. He annoyed me.
That's what you wanted.
Yeah, he annoyed me. I didn't like him.
I totally got why he did what he did. I can't blame him for anything. It's just unfortunate.
I get it, but his ass he annoyed me though. Bitch, why you crying? Like, yo, it's his fault. Fuck that. I'm sorry, but like, yo, it's his fault.
I do think the whole bit about them detaining her here and handcuffing her was very contrived and convenient to the situation that they wanted us to witness. There's no reason they would have stopped her in particular. So I thought that was a bit lazy.
Oh no, he's gonna be alone. Oh my gosh.
They're all splitting up. This dude's never been in the field. He doesn't know what's up.
I know. He's the guy who does the clerical work. Come on now.
Yeah, like he's, you know, a big deal in the office, but you put him in the middle of a battle.
Yes, let him die.
Poor Tim. Uh-oh, what's this guy up to? That's it, get that whiskey.
Yo, my man is contemplating his life right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's
But I
just a
like that.
whole-
We've seen him in positions where he's so in control, and then all of a sudden he gets out of his element. And he realizes he's got to evolve.
Oh shit, they left her. Oh shit. Drop the weapon, Beach. Yo, that's funny. I knew he was gonna get caught.
Well, what I love about this, and at first I hated it because I was like, what are the odds that he finds him? But then I'm like, no, actually, to Cassian, this guy's just another soldier. to our boy, this is the guy he's been trying to find. And now he's at his mercy. Like, it's infuriating. It creates this real need, this like real resentment
Yo, they're leaving.
that you know he'll carry.
Yeah. That's so funny. They're leaving?
Well,
Wait, are they leaving? Is he really leaving?
He's prepping the
No, the one guy left.
No, they told him to go get the ship. He's not running
Yeah, he's
away. He's
leaving,
going
though.
to... They told him to go get
wow.
it.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
But our other dude clearly sabotaged it.
Uh-oh.
Everything's going wrong, my boy. So, like, now it's personal, right? Now he's got a vendetta, particularly for this guy.
Wow, look at him having some cojones.
Yeah, he's, like, pissed now.
But that was a decoy.
Of course.
Of course. Yeah, see, I mean, that was just easy to call.
The question is, would Cassian have thought of that on his own, or was it Luthen being like, nah, let me tell you how you do this? More of his soldiers dead. And you know this guy takes the death of his fellow soldiers very seriously.
Yeah, no, we've seen that.
Yeah, like how many of his colleagues has Cassian killed now?
Yeah. And he tied him up, so it's real personal now.
So it's real personal. I like this landscape shot.
Yeah. It's like when you're over like in a plane and you're looking at like the state,
Yeah, like the
terrain of
fields
it.
pattern. Yeah.
Why does this ship look like the Razor Crest a little bit?
Hmm. So now we know how he got separated from his sister.
Yeah.
Now the positioning of those seats, it's almost similar to the Rogue One ship.
Yeah. And boom goes the dynamite. All right. Oof.
I feel like we're truly in the villain era now of the officer after he saw like actual death, like an actual kind of war zone. I feel like now he's really gonna go in.
Yeah, and now it's personal.
Yeah.
Like, we saw how he reacted to just learning that a couple of his fellow officers had been murdered in some shady circumstance, and he really wanted to, justice. He really wanted to get to the bottom of that. And now, on that quest to find the murderer, more of his team, people that he actually did admire this time, are being killed in action in front of him. He's been personally assaulted by this person he's hunting. It's so personal now. He has this evolution of a motivation that is so natural and so believable and so justified.
And I think
that
it's
you almost
because he
can't
went in
blame
with
him.
an ego too. Like I think he really thought this is going to be so easy. It's one guy, we're going to get him. And then like that smile he gave, he doesn't want to admit he was outsmarted in that moment. And then to see that moment caused death among like his fellow comrades, it's like he's already trying to get Cassian for the death of 2 officers, and now in his mind it's like adding up numbers.
The whole battalion, like literally the whole crew. And that's the crazy part is like when Meg, we were talking before, it's, this is something that he had never been through. He's been just doing clerical work. Now it's a real vendetta. It gets real personal now. And you saw that in his face. And even when I don't know what the other sergeant's name is, the one that was like, come on, we gotta go. Like
that was so good.
Yeah,
like so, when he like screaming at it, it's almost
like
let him
even
know, like,
he's
this
shook.
is what this job is like.
Yeah,
this is what we
but
do.
But you know what's really funny, it's like before all this was happening, I don't know if you guys caught that. I think I said it to you, Megan. Before the shit really started going down, it was like zooming in on him, and he was like, "Damn, like, do I really want to be here? Like, do I really want to be?"
Well, did you notice he's like it zooms in on his expression, kind of unsure, and then when it goes to the other sergeant who looks confident, he changes his expression to mirror his, where he's like, "Oh, this is what I need to be." It's like he's playing pretend.
He admires him,
yeah,
but he's unsure of himself. He's out of his league. But
it's like the other sergeant admires him though, because he's like gassing him up to be like, "You're who we need," and like he's like telling his like the other guys to clap for his speech. It's like he's the one that's like gassing him up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I love this dynamic. I love the motivation. I love the evolution of it. It feels so earned.
I love that it's an Irish accent that he has, Scottish or Irish. Where
a lot of Scottish going on in this.
It's so good.
They did a good job overall. I mean, I have to say that this episode definitely was a little bit different. I will say, for I don't know how everybody feels. I will be honest. For me personally, it's still a little slow. The third episode did go a little bit faster. But again,
get out.
No, there's other people who felt the same way. Trust me, there's a lot of people, and again, to each their own, and I respect it. Again, respectfully saying it, I'll be the first to admit it. I don't know if again, everybody is gonna feel differently about the episode. There's still more. I'm not gonna just write it off because there's a whole season. We still have
Yeah.
now another. We still have another 9 more episodes left. So I mean, again, if they all again, we know that every episode can't be like episode 3. That's not happening. There's no way. Again, we're telling a story because again, this is supposed to lead up to Rogue One. So definitely keep in mind there are going to be episodes that are filler, and that's totally fine. Because again, we have to wait for the finished product to be done. This product to be done, and once it's done, we can finally give our overall review, and then really go and dive deep on what this show really did for the lead up to Rogue One. And I believe that. So,
I mean, we might not even get filler because I mean, like Tony told Meg, he said it's only going to get better. I mean,
And
every
what I was
episode
told,
might outdo themselves.
It's true.
yeah, is
but-
that this has all been set up,
Yeah.
and that this was the kicking off point to the
Mhm.
real big action, and that from here he goes into a whole bigger world, and it becomes way more intense.
Yeah, we
So
got
this
Mon
was
Mothma,
all
Bale.
build
Right,
up exactly.
It's gonna be
We still have
big.
even Saw Gerrera. We still
Yeah,
have. And,
it's gonna
and-
be
and
big.
again, I'm not knocking the show. I'm just saying overall, because let's call a spade a spade. Everybody who's been directing or writing these shows has said it was going to be great. Deborah Chow. Okay, the list goes on.
I'm
But
always
again,
skeptical.
what?
I said I'm always skeptical. So
No, that's what I'm saying. Same thing here. Again, Tony Gilroy could say, this is going to be the best thing since sliced bread. I don't, he could tell you that, but again, everybody, we have to remember something. There's a million people in this world that interpret things differently. We're all not going to take what you say, I say. Again, my Star Wars is different than your Star Wars. For example, Megan, you like the older stuff. I like the newer stuff. Everybody's Star Wars is different. And we have to be mindful of that. Again, like I had people here, and I'm being honest. Some people, even for the older crowd, it was a little slower for them. Not everybody's looking for a plot development or a plot, a whole plot like that in the sense of diving deep into it. And that's understandable. I get it. But again, we have to be mindful as well that we have to see what this goes into and what it's going to mean for the lead up to Rogue One. And I'm still excited. I want to see what more they have to offer. Dupree, what'd you think?
Oh man, like I'm like trying to stay awake. It was so slow, but finally picked up, and I'm like,
That's what
oh,
I'm saying. But that's what I'm trying to say. Everybody's different. That's why you have to take everything with a grain of salt. We can't be upset and be let's not subject ourselves to be that Star Wars person to be like, yo, you don't like this, you're not Star Wars, because that I can't stand. And it's not for everybody. And that's what I mean. It's like, again, we're only in 3 episodes. We have to wait and see. Again, I'm not knocking it. I mean, episode 3 did go a little bit faster. So Meg, you were right. Episode 3 was a little bit more quicker and it was a lot more fast paced, which is what I need. Because honestly, first 2 episodes, I'm not even gonna lie to you, and I'll say here on the live, somebody sent me a picture of me like literally dozing off. I'm gonna be blunt. No, I'm not gonna. Yo, dude, you guys know me. I'll call a spade a spade. I'll be the first to say I don't care. But again, I'm still excited. It's Star Wars. I can't wait to see more. But go ahead.
No,
Dupree, my bad.
I will admit that it's probably been slow. It's not meeting that quota of 2 action scenes per episode. The thing that we've seen going along, that I think it's very smart of them to have dropped the 3 as a batch. If they had only dropped the first 2, we would be like, what is even happening here? This is all set up. Like, give me
Right.
some payoff. So it was smart of them to do this batch of 3 so that we get the payoff of that action scene, of the culmination of all this building. I agree that it was slow, but I am okay with slow as long as it's telling me an interesting story that I am following and putting together, and that everybody's acting in character, and that their motivations are building and evolving, and that there's no big contrivances or conveniences or plot holes that I'm just like, oh, why is this even happening? Like
Right.
Obi-Wan did within the first episode. Like, at least this follows. Everybody feels like they're doing things that would be natural for their character. It's everybody's kind of evolving and building on their base motivation, and we're learning about characters. It's fine. If it keeps going at this pace, then I'll have a problem.
Right.
It better pick up and become a bigger scale, way crazier. Like, like we better get some like a bigger picture.
I mean, I'll put it to you like this. I will say this, Meg, to toot your horn. I'm happy because I'm gonna tell you why I'm happy. Because I know for yourself, you haven't been enjoying a lot of the newer Star Wars content. So to see,
Same.
you know, for example, you really enjoying this, I respect it. I'm happy. You know, because when we did Kenobi, you know, Boba, I mean, we all had our things obviously with the show, but it's different. Like we love, like I love Kenobi. I know like the show has its things, but I still like it. I still do. I'm not gonna lie. But for you, you're really this is, you know, that wasn't really you. This is your feel. This is like what you've been waiting for. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy that again, you know, you have your people that get their different type of Star Wars and it changes up. And I'm happy. Again, not, you know, again, every show that comes out can't be for everybody. And that's okay. That is totally okay. You know, Jasmine, if you're still there, I know. What'd you
Sorry.
think?
I really liked it. I mean, I like the other new shows, but I think after watching these 3 episodes, it kind of made me think how much of a letdown some of the new shows have been, because it feels, you know, I always heard Megan say, yeah, they just keep feeding it to us, but I didn't really think about that until this show, and I was like, oh my god, she's right. Like, I felt like a toddler. They were like, here, we're going to spell out literally everything for you in 5 different languages. Here you go. And now for this, I like that I have to think for myself. I like that some things are obvious, and I like that other things I'm going to have to go back and watch. I like that some things I'm like, oh, I have to connect the dots. I really enjoy this. I don't want, you know, some show that's going to be like, here's everything in the first 5 minutes. I like that it is going slower. I like that it's a buildup. As long as the buildup is worth it, I'm going to keep liking this. And so this is honestly just really refreshing to me, because I like slow burns. I'm a reader, so I like when things are slower, because it just gives me more time to appreciate what's going on, the characters, you know, as long as it's well written.
Right.
And I feel like so far it's been pretty well written. It really does feel natural. It feels like it just, when I was watching, it felt like I was actually there, a background character, just kind of looking around like, oh my gosh, what's going on? What's going to happen next? What should I do? And I really like how immersive that made me feel, because with the other shows, I'm just like, yeah, whatever, I'm watching. But this, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm like, oh, they're going to come after me. They're coming after me. Like, what's going to happen? And so I just like how much it put me in there. How, you know, even though it was kind of slower, I like that build up.
And
Overall,
you know,
I think this is going to be one of my favorite shows.
and you know what's funny? Adding to that, when me and Meg, when we were, because Meg was narrating the whole thing the whole time while everybody we were all watching it. It was funny because we were talking about it. No, and that's awesome because it gives that twist to it, right? You need that. It's good to have a narration, and it's funny because if you think about it, right, it really gives you that sense of like you have to go back and watch it because like there's little like so much is happening that like it's not like in like a show like Kenobi everything is blunt, it's out there. Remember we were talking about that, Meg, before how like in like Kenobi everything's there, you could see it, right? But with a show like this you have to go back and watch it because there's so much around, and that's what I love about the production. So like they're using a set is that you can build so much and add like little Easter eggs, and you can have that in there because it's different with panoramic. You kind of just have like your little set, and that's what it is. But with this, you can do a lot more, and I like it. And the warehouse scene, I thought was the best scene. Honestly, I really like the warehouse scene a lot.
I like the dynamic in the warehouse scene between Cassian, who we've seen kind of be this like the most action-packed dynamic character, and all of a sudden he meets somebody who is way more attuned to the way things need to be done, who is way more aware and thinking ahead, and he has a lot to learn from this guy, and he realizes that. And so we finally see somebody who's at the top of their game that we're like, oh, Cassian needs to take a note or two. And I really got to say that I like how Jasmine put it, that this feels very immersive. That's a good way to describe it, that it feels like we are just joining a world that has been in progress and that everybody is doing what they naturally would be doing. Whereas when you watch things like Boba Fett and Obi-Wan, Mandalorian even, it feels like everything happens because the script said that this had to happen. Like
Right.
nothing feels like it is a natural cause and effect, that something just evolved that way because that was the natural progression of things. It's just like, oh, well, the plot needs this to happen, so this person was in this place so that the plot could happen.
Right.
Whereas
Right.
this
Right.
does feel so natural. It feels like we are just a fly on the wall observing a story in progress, and that we really don't know everything that happened between all these people before, but we can kind of pick up on those things just by watching it unfold.
Yeah, no, agreed. Now I do want to go back to Dupree. I'm so sorry we got taken away talking about everything I know, but continue as you were saying. My bad.
No, like I said, like I agree with you guys. Like the story, the writing in this show is like amazing. Like the dialogue and the character development is really cool. I really honestly need to watch this show. Like actually, I'm probably gonna watch it like after all this, so I can do like my review. But you already saw episode 4 and everything, right?
No, I haven't seen 4.
Oh, okay. I thought people saw
I heard
4.
a little bit about it though.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like I'm hoping like like we're all like, because that whole scene where they're in the thing with the chains and everything, that was like what they played at the beginning of Rogue One, so that had me hooked. So after seeing that and this, I'm just like, all right, like, and everybody said the first 2 episodes were a very slow burn, so I'm like, all right, it's picking up in episode 3. I'm just hoping they keep that momentum going with 4 on up, just to see where this takes us. And I'm kind of sad, like, dude, like Cassian left his mom and like his like quote unquote mom and then droid like back there and everything. So I'm just want to see
Yeah,
like
I
how like
wonder,
everybody comes back into play in the show. Like, well, they'll probably
did
end
he
up.
leave them truly?
I mean,
Even the girl Biggs,
for
like,
this episode, yeah, I know we know they'll pop up back in the show, like whatever episode, but I don't know, a lot of questions right now. Like I'm still just reeling from like what the hell just happened.
But it feels like there were real consequences. People
Yeah.
died. There was like real dark and heavy and serious things in this. Like this, it took itself seriously. I don't think any other show has.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it took itself really seriously, which I was kind of surprised, but you still have to put like you still have to keep everybody like with the show. So I already feel like I know like a lot of people aren't gonna really like the show because it's a very slow burn, and it's like this is one of those shows where you actually have to think and go back and
Yeah.
notice and like rewatch stuff. And fortunately, a lot of people aren't like that.
and I'll be honest,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna be so blunt. It's the same. Why do you think TikTok is a thing? Why do you think now YouTube? And I'm gonna
Short
say
attention
on YouTube,
spans.
go
Yeah.
us. Why do you think? That's why they say when you do a YouTube short, and I'm gonna give everybody the antidote right here. When you do a YouTube short, your best bet is to do a 15-second to 20-second short. It'll trend more because the average person will only sit there and watch 15 to 20 seconds of a short. They will not watch long. That's why if you look at the average duration videos, they're not very long. If you don't get that hook, if you don't entertain them within that first 15 to 20 seconds, forget about it. And that's what's gonna happen. And I agree with you. I mean, same thing. I think that again, I think that some people, everybody, look, it's gonna be 50-50. But it's just I want to see more of what they have to do. That's what I want to see. Like
it's a bold choice. This is made for people like me who like to really dig in, think,
and they needed that,
and dig deep, and take itself seriously. Yeah,
yeah,
Right.
they
They
needed
needed
this.
a while.
Because for a lot of the new shows, it was like, oh, this
Fan
is all
service.
happening super quick. It was very quick. It was very quick. Very
it was so
fast.
shallow,
And I like
But if you think
that
about
this
it,
is taking its time more because there are a lot of fans that have short attention spans, but there are a lot of fans. That
this is not for everyone. But
I
this
wish-
is for some of us who weren't being satisfied. By
Like
the
you're
ending.
right. I wish they kind of took like this approach to the other show. Like imagine if Kenobi was like this grounded, or like Book of Boba, or like all that. Like I wish the other shows with characters like we really, really care about were like this grounded. And
Especially
it's a shame
ones
that
were
we're getting
heavy
that.
and dark.
Yeah, it's a shame we're getting that now after how many shows. It's like we're getting a show like this where it's like they should have been Kenobi should have been like this.
Well, think
Yeah.
about
I
it.
feel
Like, I mean, if you think about it, this would have been a great, like, this same dynamic with Vader in it. Oh my God, it would be very. I mean,
Right.
this would have hit harder, 10 times harder.
Just like
And
really slow and serious
Mhm.
and building
Yeah.
and building up to that.
yeah, like
That would have
I
been my
could-
dream come true if they had taken
Like-
this approach to Kenobi, my favorite
Yeah.
character.
I
Like,
know it makes Kenobi look like such a joke now. Watching this,
Yeah.
you're like, oh my
Oh,
god,
yeah.
that was. I mean, I already hated the show. Well, Kenobi, but I mean, this. I'm so excited for. I'm like you, Meg. I hate the new stuff. Like
Yeah.
Obi-Wan, my favorite character ever. What they did to him in that show
Yeah.
is like a stab to the heart for me.
oh,
And I was so excited for this show because I just knew it was going to be different. And it's funny hearing everyone else say they thought it was like a slow burn. I was like on the edge of my seat every episode. I was so excited
Well,
for it.
slow burn isn't always such a bad thing. I know a lot of people
Yeah.
try to use
Yeah,
it in
and
a
I'm
bad
like
way,
you,
but
Jasmine.
something
I
like this
love
is good.
reading, so I'm used to
Yeah.
like you have to like get up
Yes.
to the stories, right? It's usually not
Exactly.
till the
It makes
middle
you
of the
think.
book that things
It makes you
happen.
think. That's what's
So
good
I'm
about
like
it.
in love with this show already. I already know it's
Yeah.
gonna be my favorite live action show. I'm so excited. I just am scared that we won't get this with any other project after, and this is gonna be like our one good thing.
exactly.
That's like the
I-
scary part.
Hopefully this appeals to more people, that they'll give it a chance. I think maybe this is just for the fans like M and I and maybe Jasmine that do like the slow burn, that like to read and to get into the deep character motivations and development and just kind of watch it build to the satisfying culmination. That the end of episode 3, I was probably talking over it, poor Rob, has
No,
this
you were-
amazing
was,
cello track
I
that just
know the
builds
music, it
and builds.
just
There's
doesn't
no
feel like Star
dialogue.
Wars. It's like
Exactly.
this
It's
soap opera, like
cinematic.
drama.
That's what
It's
I felt like the
dramatic.
show was. That's what I felt like it was. It felt like a novela. It felt like a soap opera. That's
Right.
really what it reminded me
But I
of.
But
love
But
it
imagine
takes
when we
itself
get to put all the
seriously.
episodes together. Once all the other episodes come out and you get to watch them together, it's definitely. I feel like as long as they keep on this track,
It's
you know,
gonna
Yeah.
be
with the
so
way that the
hard.
story is developing, it's just going to be one big beautiful movie.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what it is. And
The music
you know,
is
that's
so
kind-
nice.
that's
Really,
kind of
it
like the
is.
sad. That's the sad part. Is like this would have been great to see it in the movies because it kind of would have given like that Rogue One kind of finesse. But like,
I did see the first 3 episodes in the theater.
I know you got lucky. I know you. Yeah, I know you got to really get that experience. It must have been nice, but
But it's
this-
exciting because it's like if Tony does get a movie or if he even wants to make a Star Wars movie,
Right.
now we have a taste of what we would get in a theater. And
Mhm.
that's really exciting because I think he would smash it, honestly.
Right.
If this first 3 is any indication, I hate to get my hopes up because Star Wars has burned me so many
Right.
times recently. Every time I'm like, they've got to get this right.
I
Right?
feel like the Bad Batch was the one that really got everybody. That's the one that burned
Well-
everybody. The Bad Batch. really.
Nah, it was
I mean,
Resistance.
just putting story aside, though,
No, I'm
like
saying
the
for
quality
company,
of the
Jasmine.
show is like a movie.
Yeah.
Jasmine's like, we don't speak of Bad Batch. We don't speak of that.
Bad Batch, it's hard because I want to hate it and I want to love it, but I just
Think
hate
about
it.
it. The first episode hit, and then after that, it was utter garbage.
Yeah.
After it was
Yeah,
terrible.
a few episodes were great, and then after
Yeah.
that, I was like, I hate what they did to the clones because I love them so much.
I
It's
know.
Jasmine.
Yeah,
I'm the
you
same.
know,
It's
you
like I
take
want
it
to hate
personal.
it, but I also want to love it. So I'm just indifferent.
Yeah.
But
And let me
this,
get to-
like this, I have no doubt. This is gonna be one of the top
See, I
shows.
still got my doubts though. Like I
I
want to be
kinda
so
don't.
optimistic. This first 3 are so promising. I'm like, it's gonna hurt real bad if
And
they
see,
let me
I
down.
always have my doubts. I always go into it like this is gonna suck. Like any Star Wars project that gets announced, I'm like, this is gonna suck. But I don't have any doubts this time. Like I'm kind of like, no, this is gonna be good.
Meg,
I hope. I really hope so.
Meg,
think
if
it's
this
gonna
doesn't
be
go
good.
your way, are you canceling your Disney Plus account?
I am
Boy, I don't
literally
even
gonna
have
a
one.
mental breakdown.
sorry, I
not-
mooch
I'm
off
sorry,
of people.
Megan, I'm so sorry. It was directed toward. I'm so sorry. Megan, will you unsubscribe to Disney Plus?
No, I think he just means cancel Disney, like in total.
Oh, take down the entire company? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
no, Disney. I'm already so pissed at Disney that I don't even have a Disney Plus account. I mooch off of other people. I am not giving them any money
Back in my day, we
because
didn't have no Disney Plus accounts,
That's
Rob.
funny.
nah, man,
And what'd you think
they
though? Em,
betrayed me way too many times.
and
What?
what'd you think though of the episode? Like overall, the first three, like what? Because I don't think I got to ask you. What did you think overall?
I loved it. It's like I said, I was like on the edge of my seat the whole time because I mean, going into it, they already said it was going to be like a thriller,
Right.
and I love true crime shows and all that, so it kind of put me in that headspace where I knew it was going to be slow because they don't just start out with like the big stuff. You know, it's an investigation, it's a mystery, and so I really liked that. And it's like how we were talking about before. It's like every character, it's like a meaningful part. So I love just going on for the ride, like learning about everybody. And then it all ties back in episode 3, I feel like, you know,
Yeah.
where it's like everyone's in the same place at the same time, but they're all experiencing different emotions. I don't know. It's really nice.
Yeah, but you saw how they got there and everything felt justified. Nobody was just away because the script said they needed to be that way. You understood why they felt the way they did, why they made the decisions that they did.
The only thing that I didn't get was like when the town was doing like their little
those
signals. I thought that meant they were all gonna like revolt against the officers. And so then when they all just like kind of hid away, I was like, oh, okay, what was the point of just all like doing that? And then the guy who unchained Bix at the end, like when he first got introduced, it's made it seem like he didn't really know what was going on really with Cassian and her. But then once Tim admits that he ratted him out, it's like all of a sudden he like knows what's up and he's like, no, we got to run. We got to do something. I felt like that didn't get explained well.
I mean, it could later.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Like, are we ever going back here to Ferric?
Yeah, I think
maybe
it'll
for
show
Bix,
where they
her
took
stories.
Bix. I think it's going to show where they took her, and then she's going to have to try to reach out to Skarsgård's character in some way and be like, where are you guys?
I like Skarsgård's character because I like how he was just like, you always got to build your exit, but right before you get in, like, and I like
Yeah,
that.
like he knows what's up.
Yeah, like he was already prepared. Like that shit was dope.
Experience.
Have you guys ever watched NCIS?
Yeah.
Okay, you know how Gibbs to Tony is always like rule number 1, rule number 2.
Yeah.
And I love that that's what he started doing. I was like, oh, it's already like a mentorship going on. He's like, I don't even have your answer if you're going to go with me, but I'm already like teaching you.
Exactly. I like that because it shows that Cassian's got room to grow.
Yeah.
Like he's not Rey Skywalker who's just perfect at everything without
I know.
training.
To hear him say the words "I messed up," I was like,
Yep.
"Oh my god."
Yep. And it kind of makes you interested in this character who is older and more experienced and clearly like knows the rules of the game and isn't shook by anything. He seems to be confident in the whole situation. And so you're like, dang, I got to know what this guy's deal is and like how he comes into play in this story. Like, what does he teach Cassian? Why isn't he in the picture anymore by the time of Rogue One? What happens? Like, where does his story go?
Right.
So it's interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
And you were so right about Bix being like the worst spy. I mean, even when she goes to meet Skarsgård and she's like kind of emotional, telling him what's happened. Yeah, she's like
runs right up
she's
to
fast.
him.
Yeah, and then she's fast talking, like saying, "Well, Cassian's like they're gonna catch him," and then Skarsgård character tells her like calmly, like say it calm behind me so people don't like look at us. He's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it shows that she's got room to grow as well, and I like that because then I've got like something to look forward to, like this development, this process, this character arc that eventually they're going to get to somebody that I really want. I want to root for their journey. Like I don't want them to be perfect from the start.
Yeah. For sure,
yeah.
for sure. No, this was dope though. This was good. I mean, wow. Just the fact that we could even say that we got like a 3-episode premiere like in Star Wars, like that's crazy. Like that we even got that. Like we're living through like these are crazy times to be a Star Wars fan. It's awesome.
And we all liked it.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, that's
overall,
rare.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, I can't wait. I really can't wait to see how it was received throughout the community. I want to see like any memes, like any
Yeah, that'll be
TikToks.
interesting.
Yeah, I
Oh,
want
I'm
to see how
scared
the
for
dynamic is.
Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, I
Spoilers
want to.
without context.
Yes.
Tomorrow. Yup.
Tomorrow, definitely. Well,
Tumblr's
today,
already
shall I say?
lit.
You know, I want to
Oh
see how it's
boy.
gonna be. But overall, I mean, hey, we did it. We've been streaming for 3 hours. I mean, not the longest we've gone, but we did it. 3 episodes overall.
Good job surviving, Rob, with your your
I'm
sick
like,
self.
I mean, you saw me. I was rubbing my head like the whole time. I mean, I got pictures taken of me. People sending them. Like, that's
You're
the
a
worst. When people are
trooper.
sending pictures, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. It's
No,
bad.
I'm glad we got through it. Like you said, I'm gonna be interested to see what
No,
the
for sure.
reaction is, because I don't know that this is for everyone. This is definitely so
It's like-
far
It's
my
definitely
style.
not for everyone. I already
It's
know like
not.
at least 5 YouTubers that are on their stream right now. Like, I hate this.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like that's what makes the community the community. We can't. Could you imagine if we all like the same thing? Like,
Oh, that'd be kind of boring.
yeah, and that's what makes it different. That's what makes this community so unique. And it's like when I hear people say, oh well, you're not really a Star Wars. Like, there's no such thing as like no. There is no real Star Wars fan. Like, take away the original trilogy. Like, we're already shying away from that. Like, there's gonna be a whole bunch of new shows, movies. Like, it's a new generation. And if you're not gonna listen, if you're not hip at the times, then you're never gonna. Then you're gonna have to play catch up for a long, long time, and you're gonna get canceled really quick. So, look,
Yeah.
can you sit there and appreciate what Lucasfilm is doing? Of course, and have your own opinion, and that's what we do here. We have fun with it. Do we have to agree? No, but respect. We could definitely do it respectively for sure.
Right.
so.
No, I'm just glad that for a long time we were getting kind of the same note on everything, and they're giving us something now that isn't that note anymore. It's not going to be for everyone, but I'm glad that they haven't abandoned this method of storytelling that people like me and Em and maybe the rest of us here can appreciate. Finally, this is something that's for us. Nothing up until this point has been, and maybe this will be the one. So far, so good. I still am going to be cautiously optimistic going forward. I'm not sold yet.
Take
If
everything
they
with a
can
grain
keep
of salt,
it up,
Meg.
yeah, exactly. If they can keep it up, I will be so happy, and I will admit it. This is just proof I don't hate everything. I'll give it a chance, but you still have to earn it.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
and think
that's
about
fair
it, like,
though.
and that's the funny thing, right? Like, we all can agree, like, and that's what I mean. Like, everything we get from Lucasfilm and Disney overall for like Star Wars is always going to be different. For example, like, a lot of us feel different about the sequel trilogy, right? And that's what I mean. Everything just hits everybody so much differently, and that's okay. And again, like, that's what separates, like, everybody is having their own opinions, but respectively, and not bashing somebody, because that I can't stand. Like, that to me is like the most annoying thing. When you start bashing somebody or kind of bullying, like, there's no need for that. Like, at the end of the day, like, you have your opinion respectively, whatever, and that's what it is. It's like they say, you pick and choose your battles when you're married, right? You don't always you can't argue with every argument. You got to pick and choose your battles when you're married. So that's a life lesson for everybody there. And on that note, I want to say thank you for everybody who joined us today, because this was a long one. Y'all are the real ones, and I want to thank everybody here on the stream for being here, as we've been doing this for a long, long time. We've had some subtractions, some additions, and it's just amazing. It's amazing to see where we are and have come. And I know that we're not on my other channel, we're on this one, but we get in there with this channel. We get in there slowly but surely. So again, thank you, Darth Hater 23. Thank you for hopping on. Please go subscribe to him on his YouTube channel. His link is down below. I have his his YouTube. Instagram, you want to find him, but his YouTube, definitely go subscribe to.
Instagram and YouTube me, all that good stuff.
Yeah, everything, the whole shebang. Megan of Troy, you can find on Instagram. Jasmine as well. M, you're on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, the whole 9 yards. YouTube as well, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, I don't post. It's there.
He's
there.
Good. Sounds good.
You claimed the name.
No, but for sure. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. I'm gonna get some rest, and I have to call out of work, so that'll be my duty now.
Sleepy time
again,
finally.
Yes, I know. It's already 5:37. I have to call out before it's 6 o'clock. But anyway, guys, thank you again for tuning in today. Check out my channel. I'll have a video up in a few hours. And yeah, later, guys. Have a good night. Later.